up on Orange Blossom Trail where it meets Land Street there. Other than that, on the major roadways in your ride this morning, you won't be expecting too much trouble. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Arroyo Grande with Raymond Arroyo.
I'm Raymond Arroyo. I'd like to invite you to my new podcast, Arroyo Grande. Discover life lessons, practical advice, and inspiring examples to live by as I sit with celebrities and thought leaders you'll absolutely love. Listen to Arroyo Grande wherever you get your podcasts.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Jack here, and I'm using Viome to understand my body better. Viome is an easy at-home gut health test. No lab visit, no doctor's office. I sent away the test, and a short time later, I had my personalized results that blew me away. The test shows what is happening inside my body right now. This is science-backed guidance showing me what foods I should be eating, what foods I should avoid, and what is a superfood for my body. They also recommend custom-formulated supplements and biotics made uniquely for me. You can do it too. Get started at Viome.com. That's V as in Victor, I-O-M-E, Viome.com.
Spectrum TV fixed TV and combined all your favorite sports streaming apps with live TV.
32, blue 32, hot. It's only more Hail Marys.
It's only more bottom of the ninth magic.
It's only more slow motion replays.
It's only getting all the sports with over 100 hours worth of streaming apps like ESPN, Fox One, Tennis Channel, Peacock, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news if you're considering a reverse mortgage. Rates have improved again this week. Get a same-day quote at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Listen, after the new year, after everybody was over at the house, for the holidays, the house always looks like a mess. That's when I call Zero Res, and they come and they make sure everything is right. They do it at my house and my mom's house. OrlandoZeroRes.com. That's OrlandoZeroRes.com. You can count on them to clean for you right, and you tell them Russ and the Monster sent you in January. They're going to give you 20% off all of your surface carpet cleaning, your rug cleaning, all of your upholsteries. No soap, no residue. It's OrlandoZeroRes.com.
Hello.
Results may vary. If you're an Orlando area resident looking for a great dentist, complete dental care is waiting at Sage Dental. At Sage Dental, our caring team of dentists, specialists, and oral surgeons use the latest innovation and minimally invasive techniques for less discomfort and faster healing. From routine cleanings to advanced procedures like implants, oral surgery, restorations, or custom dentures, Sage Dental is your all-in-one dental home. No more running around town. We do it all right in our offices. We even create beautiful, long-lasting crowns the very same day. And for those on Medicare, Sage Dental can help you understand your benefits and make your care as simple as possible. Medicare and most insurance plans accepted. No insurance? Our Sage Care Plus plan can save you up to 65% on general or specialty dental care. Sage Dental, leading with innovation, centered on your care. To schedule an appointment, call 800-341-6644. 800-341-6644. That's 800-341-6644.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide.
Hope everybody had a nice little vacation, holidays, all that good stuff. Excited to be here. Hello. And we'll just get started in like a minute 20, and we're back. So it's let's have some fun. Who even knows what we're going to talk about today? Certainly not myself. So love you guys.
Here to talk when you need me. Ready to listen. You deserve someone who's available, responsive, and truly invested in your case. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. I'm just one call away at 1-800-CALL-MO.
You could win once-in-a-lifetime can't-buy Artist experiences at the brand-new iHeartRadio Theater Orlando, powered by Sunwave Energy. We're talking VIP access, exclusive performances, and unforgettable moments. Enter now for your chance to win at XL1067.com.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on.
The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day.
The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, January 5th, 2026. Lots to get to today, from what happened over the break to the latest on the arrest of Maduro in Venezuela, and a crazy man attacks J.D. Vance's house with a hammer. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. As always, go record a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Not bad.
Not bad. How do we do this again? What?
Man, I don't remember anything. It's 2026. I know that, and I'm going to screw that up a lot. I know that's going to happen.
Have you already screwed it up?
Yes.
A couple of times off air, yes. Yeah. Because,
I did official document 2025. So I need like 3 weeks.
You know what's nice, though? 2025 is one of those ones you could turn into a 6. You know what I mean? If you're writing it somewhere.
True.
So you look like an idiot, but it's better than, like if it's a 3 and you're trying to turn it into something else, that's rough.
Yeah, if you were going from 2021 to 2022... and then you did the one, and then, it's just not
Carried
great.
Over,
right, yeah. It doesn't make sense that way. It's like the glasses for the years as everything goes. But here we are back in 2026. I have almost no idea what you guys did over the break. I talked to C-Lane a couple of times, working on some stuff and talking about things. I have not talked to Sabrina since the last moment we talked on air. I have no idea what you guys were up to.
A Merry Christmas exchange, did we not?
No. We had to make a video for the Real Radio Instagram exchange at some point in time, I think. But that was about it. So I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea what everybody's been up to.
I'm pregnant.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
the same big announcement every time.
Yeah.
But we got to figure out what everybody was up to. Obviously, it was a big break, and a lot of things have happened. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but since we've been gone, a lot of things have occurred that we need to get into. We also want to hear from you to kick off the year, so do go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com. Over there, you can record, as always, same as last year and the year before. Record a video or audio dispatch to join us here on the show. It's very, very easy to do. Whatever's on your mind, you got thoughts, you got stuff you want to see more of, less of in 2026, you got questions for us, hit us up with a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Alternatively, you can email tips, at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we rewind a little bit to this past weekend where, I don't know if you heard, but we captured the leader of Venezuela in middle of the night raid and brought him back to America and gave him a water bottle.
AKA New Florida. So welcome to New Florida. Bienvenidos, New Florida.
Brought him back to America. Like, just grab the guy. Can you imagine this? Like, you imagine somebody like strings into the White House in the dead of night, grabs the president. A lot of you have fever dreams about this, you weirdos, and grabs the president and Melania, and then zooms out of the United States of America.
Here's an Aquafina.
The idea that you could pull that off is so, like, if I watched it in a movie, I'd go, get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, this is not real. This is too far-fetched. You'd never be able to do that. There'd be too much security. I guess our military is able to pull these things off because that's what happened. And Trump said it was like watching TV. Here he is.
The team did an incredible job. They rehearsed and practiced like nobody's ever seen. Mm-hmm. And I was told by real military people that there's no other country on earth that can do such a maneuver. If you would have seen what happened, I mean, I watched it literally like I was watching a television show. And if you would have seen the speed, the violence, they say
the
that.
Violence?
The speed,
the speed and the violence.
If you only saw this violence.
But you know how they say the speed, the violence.
The speed and the violence. If you would have only seen the speed and the violence, it's pretty unbelievable, man. And
pretty speedy and violent.
I got to tell you, I would have paid a lot of money to be able to watch something like that live. Like, Sean, you can come into the White House. You can go into, like, I guess they were at Mar-a-Lago, but you can go into, like, the fake Mar-a-Lago Situation Room, and you can watch live as the U.S. troops are, like, descending and, going down in and fighting the security forces.
With a plate full of Southwest egg rolls in front of you to split.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I would be so excited. And you see Maduro running. He's trying to get to, like, the secret locked door that he almost got to, and then they stopped him. Oh, I would absolutely positively be thrilled to get my eyes on that at any point in time. But I don't know if we'll ever see the video. You think we'll see a video of this whole raid going down?
I don't know. How much of the Osama bin Laden thing did we see? Because that was also a rather even though it was planned for a very long time and sort of like he said, like rehearsed.
Well, it had to be secret,
and
right?
Thought out, very secretive.
Yeah.
It was an overnight thing where pretty much the president and his staff was like in one of the rooms. I don't know if it was the Situation Room, but let's just call it the Situation Room.
Like the famous photos we've seen.
Yeah, and they're just kind of watching it from afar. I don't know how much of that footage we have seen. I just know, like the documentary about catching Osama bin Laden had a lot of stuff that I don't think I had seen, but I don't know that it was any more of that moment. So to bring it back to this Venezuela thing, to capturing Maduro, who knows if we see any of that?
I want to.
I would love to
see it. I would like to see that footage, and I would like to. I mean, I don't need to see you make it into a movie, Hollywood, but I would just like to see what really happened and how close everything was. The idea that U.S. forces could go in a couple of choppers, they blast off in a couple locations, they land, they get in there, they kill like maybe dozens, maybe 30 or more of Maduro's security forces. Not one U.S. soldier dies. They grab the president of Venezuela and his wife in their like pajamas and bring him onto a chopper, taking fire, and get out of there and put him on a ship and bring him back. Right now, he's in New York City, which is, it's all like so wild. And we're going to go over everything that's happening, obviously, here on the show as we roll on. But let's talk a little bit about what happened over the break, because I want to know what you guys were up to. C-Line, it felt to me like there was a lot of dadding going on. Were you like full dad mode for the break?
Dad in 2025. It was fun. There were a lot of time spent with just me and the boy because my wife worked through a lot of the break, but she did have a bunch of time off. We did a family Christmas. They're always, at the end of this 2 weeks we take, there's always like a bunch of friend stuff to do at the end of it, like birthdays and stuff. So we did. I had some out time. I went out, onto the town a couple times.
I heard you try to party at Tangeray's one of the last nights before they shut down.
I did not try to party at Tangeray's. I did party at Tangeray's, and shouts out to the listener that I ran into there, and we got to chat for a minute there. It was
Tanqueray's has been a staple, and probably, I think it was one of 2 smoking bars left in Orlando.
One of the last ones. And what was that, 30 years plus? It was around just
35,
for those who don't know?
36.
And
crazy.
their last night, because downtown did its thing and they had to shut the doors, was New Year's Eve. And I remember somebody had taken a picture, posted on social, of the line to get in around the block.
I saw that.
Which
Yeah.
you can only imagine if you've been to Tanqueray's. It is a great place, but it's tiny. No windows.
They were saying 3 hours to get in.
Well,
Damn.
Well, because
like where were y'all before when we were trying to pay the rent?
Come on. If you guys were there every day, this place would never close.
Well,
They'd be able to
that's
afford
not
whatever.
That's not the thing at all, though, because they were fine. Like they were. It's not like they weren't able to pay the rent. The building just said, we're not renewing the lease.
Yeah, and the owner wanted to retire,
rude.
I believe. The owner of this like very classic downtown bar wanted to retire.
Lovely place.
But yeah, I mean, we talked about trying to go there for New Year's Eve, and I go, this just seems like too much. I
went there on Boxing Day, I think.
Day after Christmas.
Got there kind of early-ish. Like, we probably got downtown around 8:15, 8:30. Got down there. It was pretty packed already, but not crazy. Was able to snag 2 bar stools at the bar. And then by the time we left, the line had formed. And like, and when you're waiting in line to like ride an amusement park ride, that line is constantly moving. But there was nothing downstairs forcing people to tab out and go.
No, you're literally
could've
stuck
stayed all
until
night.
somebody leaves.
So
Yeah,
if you're bitching that there's a 3-hour wait, well then maybe you should have showed up a little earlier.
Right, yeah. Unbelievable. So you did a lot of that. Did you get anything good for Christmas, or did you get goose egg? What happened?
Yes, I
I
got an upright deep freezer, so
Dude, you have 8,000 refrigerators. You needed another one?
This is upright.
That's what, yeah,
Come
and it's a
on.
deep freezer.
What is upright? Like instead
As
of what?
opposed
Instead
to
of
a chest freezer where you would like open open at the top, and there's a chest of frozen meats
for dead bodies.
You know what you need to do? You need to back off, man. You need to back off. Sabrina is the prepper on the show, okay? You look like a prepper with all these refrigerators and freezers that you're stacking up everywhere over your domicile.
Guess what? When our powers combined come zombie apocalypse, we're going to have very deep frozen food, and we can use my fire starter and generator as well as fun games that
Your
I put in the
fire
boombox.
starter?
Yeah, fire starter.
Is a lighter, or
I guess you'll find out in the zombie apocalypse.
Or is it that Tesla flamethrower you had that one time? Is that
Not
what
so
it was?
boring after all, is it?
That thing's a good time. What about you, Sabrina? I have no idea what you were up to.
Crazy stuff, guy. Crazy
Did you do
stuff.
Did you do anything over the break?
No, I did. I went down to Miami, spent quite a few days there. It was great to be with my parents and my siblings that not all of us have been together for quite some time. Then I took a bright line back. I got back maybe 8 o'clock at night. Had to be at Will's for a Luscious Lisa show 2 hours later. Great time as well. Then
Do your parents still give you presents for Christmas, or are you like, is it over?
They do. My mom loves to play. My mom loves to play Twister. Unrelated. Santa did visit the house.
Okay.
And my mom
what did
is
your mom
a great
get you?
elf.
What did she get you?
Got some ugly ass purse.
Don't. I mean, she doesn't listen anymore.
She doesn't. She stopped listening years ago. Come on.
This is your time to dump on all of the things that she purchased for you, right?
New boots. Got new boots.
Oh, okay.
I got an Apple Watch from my lady, which was fun. Now I can do something beyond telling the time.
Did you get into a mismatch for Christmas where your girlfriend bought you an Apple Watch and then you didn't buy her something of equal value?
You bet your ass I did.
Oh, no.
Now, was that gift bought ahead of time like the watch was? Who's to say?
The Apple Watch
but you
is
got
not
some
cheap.
nice wireless headphones over the years.
Well, Apple Watch is what, 300 and something?
I didn't ask, but yeah, probably.
That's when you get beat. It feels a little rough. It feels like I've had Christmases before where Courtney and I have made the deal like we don't get each other anything.
Yeah, we made the same deal before.
And then she still gets me something, and I'm like, I literally didn't get you anything, and now I feel
that's why you always have a backup, man.
I have nothing. I had nothing. I mean, oh God, it's been a catastrophe in the past. That didn't happen this year, thank God.
And
Thank God.
New Year's, we went to Wiki Watchy. which was a new one for me since last time I was there. I was a child and saw the mermaids.
Like a river or something?
You know the place that when Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie had that show and they were mermaids?
The Simple Life?
Yeah. The same place. That place was closed, but Wiki Wachi, wonderful. And I saw so many manatees, and I felt very, I don't know, complete.
What's New Year's Eve like in Wiki Wachi?
They drop a manatee.
Yeah. You ever seen a manatee explode with C4?
I want to. All I know is if you missed it, I guess they're doing another ball drop, just like New Year's Eve, for the 250th anniversary of the United States of America, which is kind of exciting.
Are they using the same ball?
I think so. I think
Cool.
so. I don't know how she got this old not knowing this, but Courtney was upset on New Year's Eve. She was like, the ball doesn't break when it gets to the bottom. And I go, no. And I was like, why?
You have to reuse it.
She thought that the ball came down and like it was like
glass
an
everywhere.
epic moment. When it gets to zero, there was like, balloons came out of it or something. And I was like, no. That's not how it works out. Maybe it will for the 4th of July stuff when we revisit all of this, though.
Yeah, there are. I saw a couple things on social media about different cities around the world dropping different things for New Year's.
I love
and
that.
how it could get pretty There were a trio of bars that were downtown when downtown was cool that used to drop an orange. But I don't think the orange was that big.
The orange
and it was very
is in Thornton
rickety.
Park now.
Yeah, it's like you could hear the orange coming down.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's less exciting when that happens, I think. Oh, God. All right, we'll talk a little bit about what I was up to over the break. I made some very, very bad decisions. Very bad decisions over the break.
Oh, I want to hear about this cruise.
Oh,
is that one of the bad decisions?
That is
I feel like
among the list.
tattoo or something. Are you get a piercing? Let me see your tongue.
No, we'll see. I'll talk about what went wrong here. We've obviously got to get behind the scenes to all the chaos that's happening around the world. We'll talk about the Venezuelan situation. Maduro is now in New York City. What the hell is happening? What's going to happen next? We'll talk about Stranger Things and the finale there. We have a much, much bigger show than you would imagine here on a Monday, but it's the first of 2026, and all of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic's backed up due to that accident where Orange Blossom Trail meets Land Street. It's causing congestion at the ramp junction where the Beach Line meets Florida's Turnpike on I-4 westbound before Champions Gate Boulevard. That accident's still getting cleared up there. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. The once-a-year sale and clearance is here. Upgrade today with Mattress Firm's quality selection of top brands.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2026. School mic is on for the first time this year. Hi.
I'm going to go to Total Wine to get the THC.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Be safe out there, please. Okay? See you later. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Did everything sound weird, or?
No, that didn't sound good.
The audio didn't sound crazy?
No.
Everything sounded normal? Okay. Thank you. Publix 2026. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. It's good to see you. It's good to be back. Our cameraman is back with us here in 2026. He had an absolutely wild New Year's Eve, as you can see. Our friend Creamy went to Mexico over the break. He's back with his little outfit, ready to go, filming things for us. Looks like Sean got his ears lowered. I did. I had the lowering surgery done during the break. It's been quite exciting. Just settling back in. We missed you guys. We missed you. Show and chat was missed. Yeah, same. Now let me ask you a question, everybody. my audio and the intro audio at the beginning of the show, did everything sound good? My microphone should sound better. There should be less overmodulation and overdrive on my microphone. It was incredibly stressful to make a change like that. But I think it sounds okay so far. Let me know if you think it sounds good. Audio sounds great, sounds really good. Good. Sounds good, sounds great. Good. Because I have to tell you, I was shitting my pants thinking about that. Maduro levels of feces coming out of me. Less than 2 minutes, and we're coming back live on the show. We are going to get into like the pitch by pitch of what went down with this whole Maduro operation. It is crazy. Venezuela, for those of you who don't know, up here on the tippy top of South Africa, and about 95% of the people who have very, very big opinions about this on social media have no idea where this country is. That's one thing that I've learned in the last 48 hours for sure. A lot of very loud people with very big opinions who have no idea where this country is, who's in charge, what it's like there, anything about the capital city or anything. It's wild.
That's Mike. He took sequel pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on Sunday.
I watched the roast over the break to get my TNJ fix. Thank you, Zephyrus Spiker. I hope you enjoyed. What did I say, South Africa? South America. No, South America. I'm pointing here. South America. Venezuelans are cheering this action? Well, yeah. Yeah, Maduro? Are you kidding me? Yeah, most Venezuelans, I would say. I would say the majority of Venezuelans are probably fairly happy about this. Hasn't been a good situation, though. Okay, we're coming back right now, everybody. We got much more to talk about. Stand by.
Out there. If you want 2026 to be the year you finally feel in control of your money, we're here to give you the tools and advice to help you make it happen. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and listen
For
now.
all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the News Junkie.
Glad to have you on board. So thanks for joining us. Learn more about the show over at thenewsjunkie.com. I made some bad decisions. Over the break. Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
Glad you do.
We made one good decision, though, I have to tell you. One decision that we made that was good over the break was instead of waiting until Christmas and then like blowing a week before it and then coming back and like it's almost immediately we get back to the show, I liked how we went right away. Like we went almost right away. The first week we went on a week-long cruise. And it was awesome because then when we came back, I felt like I had so much time to do like all kinds of things. We had a lot of time to get everything done before the show came back and to relax and to, you know, do all of the other stuff that I planned to do during the break. So that was good. But the bad idea, I think, on some level was I had gone on a cruise. I DJ'd on a cruise in maybe 2000, around there. All right, like DJ days. I DJ'd on the Grand Princess cruise about 26 years ago now. And
that boat's probably sunk by now.
It's pretty old now. I don't know if it's like the Costa Concordia, but it's like it wasn't as new as it used to be, obviously. And so we decided to go on another Princess cruise after all these years.
Wait a second.
Brand new.
The Grand Princess is still sailing?
Yeah, it's still Sealand. It's not that old. It's not like the Nina the Pinta in Santa Maria.
They get rid of these boats after like 25, 26 years.
Have you been on the Jimmy Buffett cruise?
That's what they usually do.
Yeah,
with them. They take the old ships and sell them over to Margaritaville.
That ship saw some things.
Yeah, some of them. They've redone some of them. They look pretty nice, but
that
the
poop
ship
cruise
we were on,
is still floating, I think.
the ship we were on was, I think it was the Star Princess.
You were the Sky Princess.
Sky Princess? You're right. I'm glad.
I tracked your boat the whole time. I was so bored.
He's watching Jackson, and I, in the spoiler alert, I am freaking out on the high seas. I'm freaking
really?
out. Oh, God. I'm not lying to you. I wouldn't say I was like 100% there, but I was like 99.2% thinking about stopping at one of the locations and flying back.
Why? Was it like rough seas, or you were just...
When we left, like this big, beautiful ship, right? This almost brand new in comparison to the older one that I DJ'd on years ago.
Oh, yeah.
It was almost a brand new ship, and it was just gorgeous. And we had this room on the front that had like this big area. It was beautiful. Everything was so amazing, right? But when we left, we're like, oh, wow, this is going to be an unbelievable experience. We're going to all these awesome places. And when it started to get dark,
that music
on the first
from
night,
Titanic in the background.
There was a band that played "My Heart Will Go On" while they were performing in the ship, and I go, "Isn't this on the do not playlist?"
We're a funny cruise.
They were not ironically doing it. They just played "My Heart Will Go On" during the cruise, and it will make more sense.
This
why that
next
freaked me out
song
in a
is called
second.
"Sink, Sink, Sink."
So we're on the cruise ship. It's like the first night. And Courtney's never been on a cruise before, and I had mentioned earlier.
Cruise.
Yeah, this was the first time ever for her. And she was like, "This is so exciting." It's fun for me to view the world through Courtney's eyes because she's like, "Oh my God," like everything around her is more exciting than it is for me. And she goes, "This is great." And then I said, "You see how it's just flat? It feels like we're not even on the water right now when we were leaving port." I go, "That's great, right?" I was like, "It always feels like this." First night comes along.
Oh, no. Why would you say that?
It, man?
Because I was like, look, these ships are so big, they don't even move in the waves.
They always move in the waves.
I didn't understand the science of it, but I thought like they make them so big that the waves go underneath them or something.
As a matter of fact, no. If you're sitting at a dining room table at the cruise, then your food will go to the left. And you will fall with it.
We'll go more than that. The first night, we get back to the room. We were drinking and going to the casino to try to like take our mind off it. And it was 10 to 12 foot waves at that point in time. Right?
Are they telling you this? Like you're looking this up on the cruise app or something?
No, these assholes don't say anything to you. No.
Where did you find it out?
I'm online.
He grabbed a big ruler and just waited for the next swell.
I'm online. I'm going, I'm ChatGPT. What's happening to me right now?
Am I going to die?
How I'm getting hour by hour wave forecasts from ChatGPT. I'm like, tell me I'm going to be okay. And Courtney's like, is it like this all the time? And I go, I don't know. I don't remember. Whoosh, whoosh.
You just got done telling her that it was calm all the time.
Look how
This is how it is because it's such a big ship.
I went from cool guy Cruise McGee, I've done this before, to nearly crying in the room on the Princess cruise ship.
Did you guys both have passports on you?
I had my birth certificate, and she had her passport.
Oh, so you couldn't have flown home.
I didn't know that in the moment, Sealand. I wasn't thinking about any of that. I was literally, I was taking Valium.
Jesus, Sean.
I took sleeping
but
pills.
you had to have experienced rough seas when you were working in the cruise line.
I might have, Sabrina, but I didn't remember.
Why didn't you just take motion sickness medicine?
I did. I took so many of them. You have no idea. I was popping them like Lucky Charms on the cruise ship. And we're in there, and it's going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. You know, stuff is banging around, and then I go, you know what's going to be crazy?
When we die?
When we go downstairs and we see all of the cruise employees reacting to just how crazy this is, and they're going to be like, sorry, guys, this is a rough one tonight. We go downstairs. Nobody is acting like anything is wrong. Nobody. None of the passengers, none of the crew.
You had a higher room.
No,
you could feel it more at the top.
We did a little bit, but it was a crazy night. It was like 12 at the worst. It was like 12 to 14 foot waves, and the ship was absolutely rocking all over the place. And I 100% was like, when we get to the Bahamas, let's just fly home, or let's just. And I thought it was gonna be like that the whole time. I can't stand that.
I'm curious.
I can't do that.
I'm curious what the protocol is for that, because do you have to inform the ship that you're not getting back on, or do they charge you if you leave your bags and stuff there? Or
I mean, they'll leave without your ass.
I didn't care. I was willing to leave my life
buy new clothes,
behind.
babe. We're gonna live here.
I was willing to start over in the Bahamas. I was thinking of Bahama Sean, radio show.
Wakes up to 45 text messages. You have to somehow get the perfect internet connection and 5 cameras in the Bahamas.
Well, wasn't Moses in the Bahamas? You could hang out with him.
Yeah, Moses was in the Bahamas. I probably could have hop, skipped, and jumped over to him.
I know exactly what mindset you were in. Mind you, it was not in the middle of the ocean. That would have been far worse. But it was that Okeechobee, the last one you and I, Celine, had gone to with the group. And it went from like 75 beautiful degrees to 28 at night. And I was like, I guess I'm just going to take an Uber. Halfway, my dad will pick me up. Then he'll drive me to Orlando. Or I'll just live at my parents' house for the next 2 weeks and then let everybody know. Everything goes through your head, but you still stay still and are in complete and constant fear.
I hated it.
So you going back on another cruise or no?
Well, the thing is, once we got within like the islands of the Bahamas and it stopped the waves, it was gorgeous. So, but for the first 48 hours, I thought it was going to be like that the whole time. And I go, I can't do this. We went to this fancy, like 7-course meal at this Italian restaurant, right? And Courtney she looks beautiful. She bought this gorgeous dress for the event, right? She looks stunning. And I bring her downstairs and we go to this Italian restaurant and the waiter comes over and as the moment I sit down, I go, she's having a blast. She's not affected by this. I'm bothered. And I said, I think I might throw up at the table. Like I might. So I'm like, keep it cool. And then the guy brings out the first of 7 courses and it's this big ass bowl of soup. And I go, I can't eat this. And so for 7 courses, this guy sat down glorious food in front of me, and I took 1 bite of it, and then he picked up the plate and brought it back to the kitchen because
to-go boxes.
I couldn't eat it. No, I'm not doing anything with. Oh God, the first 48 hours was a disaster. You're saying, Sean, is it possible you were overreacting? Yeah, of course I was overreacting, but I did not like that when there was huge waves. Then when it was smooth, I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. So it turned around for us a couple of days in, but it was at the beginning.
Go, all-inclusive resort next time, huh?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I would still do it, but I just need to know, like I need to know. I want, as lame as this sounds, I would want the captain to baby me a little bit and be like, Sean, just, it's going to get a little choppy here.
Come up the stairs and touch the wheel and see it's not that bad. We're in full control.
In 2 days, it'll be like chill and you won't have to worry about this. So just take some more Valium. You'll be all right. But I didn't.
Where are you getting all this Valium?
Shut your mouth.
Shut up.
Never taken it before in my life, but I was like,
Are they all gone now?
Yeah. I mean, I've got a new fuel for the tank, and Valium.
I mean, dude, as somebody who recently took some Valium, I am very much approving.
You too, Sabrina. All of us.
I'm down for some Valium. Why not?
Yeah, we all got hooked over the break.
It's only like Schedule 4, I think.
Touch of Valium. However, I would love to see in 3 months when we have to get a talking to because the 3 of us are just 3 vowels deep.
The show is like, welcome
guys.
to the News Junkie.
We're going to play music on the station that doesn't play music.
How are you guys doing today? All right, we're getting to all the Venezuela stuff, the Maduro stuff, everything crazy happening in the world, Stranger Things, all of that in a moment. But some things I wanted to throw out there for 2026 before we open the floodgates here on the show. Numero uno, and some of you have caught on to this already. This year, for those of you who are fans, we bring back the return of Fritz on the Street on the show. Fritz on the Street, it's coming back for 2026. That's right.
Year, I know.
Our friend Fritz will be hanging out with us on Thursdays now, I believe. It'll be a Thursday. And the challenge, the competition will be back on the show for those of you who are big fans of Fritz on the Street. And he's arranged some stuff with his new job, so he's going to be able to pop in and spend some time with us and play the greatest game in all of radio. So that will be exciting to have that back this week, too. This week it will be back on the show.
I'm not ready.
That's one thing. Also, as I was dying on the high seas, exaggerating just a bit, as I was dying on the high seas, I learned two things. All right. Item number one, I was wrong. I have a retraction. To throw out there. Yeah, first retraction of 2026.
All right.
I just got to admit it. When it happened. When I said that, how could you ever go through all the drinks in your drink package? I was wrong.
I told you this, man.
I understand now.
I told you this.
I was wrong, and the stress of the beginning of the cruise, I was like...
So you were waxing poetic about how 15 is plenty of drinks, and you'll never make it to 15 drinks a day.
Yes.
How many drinks did you end up with?
Oh, I don't know. I have to look at some point in time.
2 volumes, 15 drinks.
I was loading up on the first couple of days, and then I was trying to
just Wolf of Wall Street and bouncing through the cruise ship hallways.
Let's go!
Where's the candle? I got a place to put it.
And you know what I was doing the whole time? Because I was definitely wrong about that. I have to put that out there. I was wrong about going over the drink package. We did it a couple of days. But then when I got all these vodka sodas in me, because I was vodka soda crazy. I didn't want to drink too many fruity drinks the whole time with all the sugar.
Queers.
Already gained some weight. Oh, I got to take all that off this year. But so when I'm drinking all these vodka sodas, I kept thinking to myself, the entire staff of the Princess cruise ship I was on was Indian. They were all Indian. And incredibly nice. It was maybe the best staff at a resort or anything like that I've seen in my life. The bartenders became like buddies with them and stuff. And we were talking back and forth with them every day when we would go to the bar. And all of these people, almost everybody was from India. And they were all incredibly nice and very, very good at service, right? And the whole time when I was sitting there drinking at the bar, I was like, Sean, there are two things that you cannot say. One is, you cannot try to connect to the Indian staff by saying the website developers that make the newsjunkie.com are from India.
Oh, no.
Do you guys know each other?
Are from India, yeah.
Do
you guys know
each other? Yeah. As a matter of fact, not only the developers, but my AT&T, every time I have to call, I talk to one of your friends.
There are billions of them, okay? So I was like, do not do that. And the other thing...
Don't say, oh, I too like curry.
No. The other thing, I broke this one about the third day in. I was like, do not mention to them that you too worked on a Princess cruise ship at some point in time.
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
And so
what
like
happens?
day 3, I was like, just so you know, I worked on a Princess cruise ship for a while. And he goes, how long? And I go, 2 weeks. And he goes, this run is 9 months for me. I'm 5 months in. And I go,
Sean.
You're 9 months straight on the boat and you don't get off or anything? And he goes, yeah, 9 months on, 3 months off.
Just to support his family across the world.
So wait till the firefighters hear this. 9 months on, 3 months off. And I was like, oh, never mind. I only worked for 2 weeks.
I thought you worked longer than that.
I even did the. Did you hear of me?
No, you didn't. They called me Sean J back in the day.
Do they still talk about me around these parts?
The 2 week DJ?
Yeah. I was like, oh, God. And then I tried to commiserate. I was like, those first 2 days were real rocky on the water. He's like, I didn't even notice. It was like, you absolute pussy. So that's one thing. Fritz in the Street is coming back, and I was wrong about the boat thing. The other thing is, as I was getting all of the bad news about waves on the boat, I did get a good news text because Sealane was tracking the ship for me and saying, hey, look, I think this is going to happen. And as he was doing it, he goes, hey, little bit of good news to maybe turn your day around. We welcome back our friends in Rochester, New York, everybody.
Rochester.
How about that? A new station in Rochester has picked up the show. We're happy to be back on there. WHAM, I think, is the name of the station. Wham! And we'll get acquainted with those folks over time here. So welcome to the party if you're amongst those people. We have a lot of other things that we have to get to and certainly announce as the week goes on. But we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into a little bit about some of the things that happened while we were in the news that we definitely need to give some attention. Then we tee up for, I believe, Amy Kaufeld for the first time.
Yes.
in 2026, which is awesome, and a whole lot more. We're just getting started, and all that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with...
Hello, Skull Mike. Skull Mike crew, I did hear my mic clip just a tiny bit on that rejoin, so I am going to bring it down one notch. One notch. You don't see any Americans working on ships for that reason? This is why you don't see any French people working on cruise ships. Because the French people don't have the work ethic. Sorry, French people. But you see people who have the work ethic. The Indians have it, baby. This guy was 9 months on. He showed me a photo on his phone of his lovely wife and his little baby daughter. And for 9 months, he stays on that ship between the UK and the Caribbean, and then finally gets to go back. He's there for 2 months back in India with his family, and then they call him and tell him 1 month later, after the third month, where he's supposed to be to go on another ship for 9 months. That's tough, man. That's a tough life. The sound compression is better than it used to be? Good. Good to hear. Thank you.
It's Red Mountain weight loss. Don't be fooled. Nothing boosts testosterone like actual testosterone. It's a game changer.
Let's see that fresh cut.
Look better, you're going to lose weight. And remember, you get
so much better. Oh,
GLP-1, it will burn
it's so much better. It was. I wish you would have seen it yesterday. My hair was like in the back, like this. My hair went all the way down to here yesterday. So I took it, pulled it down, finally got it cut. Ryan says must be good money. From what I could tell, Ryan, the star employees on a cruise ship like that make the equivalent of like $60,000 to $70,000 a year. But understand that while they're on the cruise ship, they personally have very little in the way of expenses. So it's almost like a mini version of the roughneck gig, where you go work on an oil rig in the ocean and you make like $250,000 a year, and you just put your head down and do it for 2 years, save $500,000 and get a house. It's like a version of that.
Kia.
9 months on the ship, is he sure that's his daughter? I mean, I thought about that. I thought about it, the level of faithfulness that you could expect from a partner if you're away 9 months of the year and there 3 months of the year. That's tough. That's like being in the military and being with somebody. That's a trope, right? That like somebody flies away to go to some war-torn area like Venezuela and they're there for 9 months and they come back and their wife has been banging the mailman the whole time. 3 minutes and we're back live on the show. Sean, do you think Trump's first act as interim presidente will be to remodel the Casablanca? No. Hey, I would hope, by the way, I'm holding out hope that U.S. forces don't even put many boots down in Venezuela. That's what they're suggesting they're going to do. They're going to use the oil blockade to keep the pressure on Venezuela, to hopefully force them into, I would suggest within the next 90 days, doing free and fair elections in their country, and then following the results of those free and fair elections. But is that gonna happen? I mean, I knew Maduro was gone. Like, we talked about it. I was like, this guy's got a clock ticking over his head. This guy ain't long for the world as the leader of Venezuela. But I didn't know they were gonna go in and get his ass and bring him back to the United States. So what happens next? We're all gonna find out together. Don't worry, they're only going to build oil refineries? Here's the thing, MFQ. They already built the oil refineries. Quick, explain it like I'm 5 for folks. Venezuela, years and years ago, discovered that they had probably the biggest oil reserves in the world. Bigger than Iran, bigger than all these places. Here in South America, where Venezuela is, they found these huge oil reserves. But the Venezuelan people didn't have the infrastructure or industry to do it. So the oil companies, mostly from North America, from the United States of America, went into Venezuela and they set up all of this infrastructure, right? All the big oil companies you know and probably hate. They set up all this infrastructure, they invested all this money, they started drilling. And Venezuela became one of the biggest oil producers on planet Earth. And the money was coming in. And some amount of that money was going to the Venezuelan people. The country was doing quite well off of it. Then they elected a guy named Hugo Chavez. Hugo Chavez is a very far left character, right? He died not too long ago. Maduro is the new leader who stole an election. But we don't need to go there yet. And they decided to nationalize the oil industry. So they went in and they took all these facilities, they took all this infrastructure, they kicked all the American companies out, and they took over. But they didn't know what they were doing. So their oil output plummeted. There was a lot of fraud going on. The leadership in Venezuela started to get very rich, stealing all the money from the very poor people who are in really bad shape right now. Now the companies are like, we want to go back to the facilities that we already built. That's the basic gist of it. And now we come back. We haven't even gotten to any of the really big topics yet today.
Now that a new year is here, start.
Yo, we're going back up.
iHeartRadio, Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, celebrating the incredible.
Here we go.
Now that a new year is here, start 2026 by showing your gratitude. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, celebrating the incredible impact of public school educators. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life who's gone above and beyond for their students to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom. Teachers give their time, money, and hearts to help students succeed. Help us say thank you to the educators shaping our future. Get all the info and nominate a teacher who goes the extra mile today at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
And do forgive me in advance, I'll probably screw that up a handful of times. All right, I'm going to screw it up. I'm going to say 2025. The texting service is going to be flooded with people who say it's 2026, you idiot. I'm just telling you ahead of time. I'm going to screw up the year, all right? I'm going to screw up the year. I'm going to say 2025 here and there. But for right now, I'll get it right, 2026. We're back. We're finding out what happened during everybody's breaks. And it's great to be back on board with everybody. You want to get the first dispatches of the year as well over at thenewsjunkie.com. That should be easy enough to do. And we'll work in those plus your emails. It's also Monday, so that means we do Rate My Blank. And for today, I thought we'd start off in kind of a fun way because I want to give us an eye into what's going on from the listener's perspective. These folks who are ready to have a blast with us throughout 2026 and just check out everything going on viral.
Rate the Facebook post I posted in reaction to Maduro getting kidnapped.
No, wait, what'd you post? I didn't see it.
I was saying that's my rate. Everybody takes a screenshot of their Facebook, buffoonery.
Use AI, try to make a little joke immediately.
Real quick before we get into what the Rate My Blank actually is for today, I feel like the greatest invention in all of social media would be like one simple thing that I think could totally fix
Facebook,
social media platforms.
Instagram
all right?
story. Do y'all see this?
So if there is a developing story like this, and the U.S. goes into Venezuela, and then all this stuff happens, and then they capture the president, and they bring him back to put him on trial, and there was warrants for him and all this stuff. If all that happens, and then everybody on social media wants to chime in, I would like all of the social media platforms to do this. Make it so when somebody goes to type their take on this, a map pops up, and they have to select the country of Venezuela from the map first. All right?
That is a fun game.
Then I will know that you know at least a little bit of something about this, because I would suggest about 99% of the people who immediately become armchair experts in this field or any other field, they'll tell you exactly what's going on and what the true meaning of all of this is and who's right and who's wrong. And they have no idea. They couldn't pin the tail on the donkey on Venezuela. They would have no clue.
Oh, give them a lineup of people that look similar, and they will not be able to pick out Maduro.
I don't think so. No, maybe now because the videos or the photos gone so viral of him with.
Hold on. Can I get all of you to put on sleep masks?
And hold that Aquafina water bottle.
Have you seen that people have been trying to buy that look and like. They're like, you can buy the Maduro look for $50. Here's the tracksuit. I'll show this to you later on in the show. We also have Amy Caulfield coming up in just a little bit here, folks. But I would like for when a story like this pops up, social media should verify that you have any idea what you're talking about. Because I guarantee you 95% of these people you see online with the hottest of takes have no idea where Venezuela is. They couldn't name for you, probably many of them, the capital of Venezuela. They could not name for you the leadership in Venezuela, but they know immediately whatever, like I saw this moron on YouTube. He's like a music critic or something, Anthony Fantano or something. And he's like, America's a terrorist nation. And you're like, wow, you should charge people for these posts. You should charge them to post things like this online, because I know these people, so many of them have no idea what's going on here. They don't know. They've never done anything like this. Yeah, I forgot if this ever went live. I did an interview, God, it must have been a long time ago now, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, with a guy in Venezuela who is like a photojournalist in Venezuela. And I talked to him for about an hour, everything about what life was like under Chavez. It was Chavez at the time, Hugo Chavez.
You're talking about the guy that said he had died a while back?
No. What? What's that?
We had talked to a family friend of mine who has since passed, and we talked when Chavez was officially announced as dead.
Oh, really?
And we talked to him. I mean, this is when we were in the old studio, and you came here.
I don't even remember that.
But,
no, I talked to.
I'm sorry, I digress.
No, this guy was some like photojournalist on YouTube, and I found his content very interesting. And I talked to him, and at the time he was like, I go, well, what can people do? You're saying Venezuela is destitute, that inflation, hyperinflation is out of control, that the elections aren't fair and free. And, what would you want? And he's like, I would want the United States to come get the president of Venezuela and get him out of here.
Look at that.
At the time, he literally said that. I was like, do you think a lot of other Venezuelans feel this way? And he said, I think most do. Not all. There are people who absolutely disagree with me. But he said, at the time, I think most do. And so as I've seen like a lot of these protests and stuff spring up over the last little bit, and, everybody should be able to say their piece and protest. I do think they should have to point Venezuela out on a map beforehand, but everybody should be able to say their piece.
I got pretty close.
Not bad, right? You knew it was in South America.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good start. But as I see all these protests going on, I'm like, well, what is the recourse for people in a place like this? Like, let's say Venezuela, where they had Maduro, who's a dictator, who was embezzling boatloads of money, who was obviously a criminal at the head of a criminal empire, who stacked the Supreme Court and all of Congress with people who rubber stamp everything for him, who's clearly just a dictator of the worst type, this guy. What are the Venezuelans supposed to do? You know how in America, you can go to the corner gun store and get yourself a gun, arm up, and be ready for
wait for the gun show.
Whatever battle is going on, you can say, all right, here we go. You think it works that way in Venezuela? It doesn't. You can't get guns in Venezuela. You know who has guns? The military. The military has all of the guns. The citizens can't barely get a gun. It's incredibly hard to get a weapon in Venezuela, even for like farmers and stuff. It's very, very hard for them to get weapons. There are no gun stores in Venezuela. This is not a thing. And so if the people can't have weapons to do anything to like rise up against the government, if there's nothing really that they can do peacefully, nothing seems to work. do? You're just screwed forever? That's just how it happens because the government has you in checkmate? That doesn't seem fair to me. But I'm sure people have a lot of feelings on this. So I'd love to hear from you at some point in time. I think it was a thrilling story. I woke up in the middle of the night and read the U.S. is bombing a couple of locations around Caracas, the capital of Venezuela. And I go, oh, okay, this is crazy. I'm telling you, it was 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting all these alert texts. I thought somebody was like trying to break in my house, and all my security alarms were going off from my cameras. I go, no, it's news text, and there's something going on. Like an attack is starting in Venezuela. And then I saw the president of Venezuela and his wife have been apprehended by the U.S. military, and they're now being brought back to the United States of America. And I was so like, holy cowed about the whole thing.
Out of nowhere, man.
I couldn't go back to sleep. I was up and I was just reading. Courtney's like, what's happening over there? I'll tell you in the morning.
Sean got his classic news boner.
That's right. I was so excited.
Close the door.
I was like, this is just unbelievable stuff that's happening in real time. And I go, I'll tell you about it in the morning. And when she woke up, I told her, she was like, oh, that's crazy. That's really interesting. But I thought it was going to be something much more dramatic than that. She thought it was going to be like some personal drama or something. No. So we'll get a little further into that as we roll on to the show here today. Don't forget, you can join us with your dispatches. Send those over at thenewsjunkie.com. I also want to, at some point in time, a little later on, talk about, did either one of you watch the final season of Stranger Things?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you did? Did you watch the whole thing?
Absolutely, I did.
You watched the finale and everything?
You bet.
Okay, you didn't see Lane? You didn't watch any of it?
Haven't seen a second of it.
Oh.
My God,
Oh, yeah, you haven't watched anything at all.
You haven't seen even season 1 of Stranger
No,
Things?
remember he thought Vecna was like this random dude?
Yeah.
An actor?
He thought it was like
it
a
all makes
transformer. Yeah.
Does your social media algorithm bring any of that up? Because the day after the finale,
I saw a lot of reactions to the finale of Stranger Things.
Every other scroll on Instagram that was something about Stranger Things.
I'm glad that I'm glad I'm not somebody who had any importance, any weight in watching the finale and missed out on the opportunity and then saw a bunch of posts about it instead, because I would have been real pissed about the spoilers.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched since like season 2 or so.
Damn.
And by the way, I want to talk about all of the drama, the good, the bad, and the ugly with the finale of Stranger Things, all the really interesting stuff that happened around it. We're not going to spoil anything. We're not going to do that. If you haven't seen it, I still get a lot of people haven't seen it. I had heard that different things were going to happen.
The upside down was right side up the whole time.
And then there was somebody connected to the show who might have spoiled something. Somebody connected to the show.
I already know who it is.
You have any clue who this might be? Who might have just a
Does
little...
it rhyme with Stinkman?
Nope.
Oh.
No, this was your girlfriend. She posted something, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, what's this? And no, she didn't ruin it. But she posted something, and I was like, what's? Oh, okay. I haven't seen anything about that. And then when I was watching
loves
it,
to spoil.
the scene was in my mind the whole time, and then I was like, is it AI, or is this actually going to happen? Or
wow.
There's so many things, and
Sorry about that.
And by the way, even you folks who are like, I didn't watch any of this, I'm not interested. You will be. There's a lot of twists and turns in how this was launched, it going into theaters, and the rules on it being into theaters. Lots of stuff. But we need to do something fun here. Let's talk to our friend Amy Caulfield from Fox 35, right? All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with our friend Amy Caulfield. We'll go over everything happening in her world, what happened with her over the break, and what news stories are grabbing her attention. All that and more coming up next on the News Junkie.
The all-new and improved iHeartRadio app is now available with all new features. Download it for free and make Real Radio 104.1.
Go back, stand by. I got to do a live read from Mills Air, and then we're coming to you. Stand by. Talk amongst yourselves. Did you watch Stranger Things finale? Yes or no in chat?
And so are the major roadways. There's nothing slowing you down or tying you up, affecting your ride here. Just some familiar delays still piling up on I-4 again through that amusement park area. There's that crash on Orange Blossom Trail at Land Street still getting cleared up. That's causing delays. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
Rasmussen University's mix of online and on-campus options means you can earn a degree from home or connect with others in person across 5 states. Wherever you are, your education moves with you. Learn more at rasmussen.edu. That's rasmussen.edu.
Folks, a lot of companies out there are trying to take advantage of you. It's just as simple as that. And then every once in a while, I find one of these companies that's doing the right thing. Mills Air is the best of the best. Leon Mills hires only the best techs. They can fix anything that might be wrong with your air conditioning. And no matter what it is, they'll get you up and running and nice and cool or warm, if it's a little bit colder outside, in your own home. You deserve it. You deserve a company like this, locally owned and operated, family owned and operated. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer, but they'll help you out with whatever kind of AC setup you might have. They can get you huge rebates toward a new Carrier unit if you're in the need of that. And you can call them today to schedule your appointment. Here's the number for Mills Air, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to start strong, so you can give.
Hello. Amy Kaufel coming up next on the show. There she is.
Yeah, I can. How did you hear us all right?
Good. Happy New Year, my friend.
Same to you. How was your holiday?
Hey, what?
It was good. We had fun.
Did you crash?
We got some snow.
Oh, I did see
First crash of 2025? 6? Damn it.
I just stayed in town, hung out with the baby a lot.
Yeah. But was this like the first Christmas where he like totally forgot what was happening?
Nope.
Still broken. Stand by, folks.
Or he just is he still
needs another year, I think. He wasn't really super excited to open presents. The only thing he knows about Santa Claus is that he says ho, ho, ho.
Oh, he's still too little.
Yeah.
Next year will be really fun.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
We were kind of worried because we did presents at Ashley's mom's house, at mom and dad's place. And Christmas morning, and that is very important to my in-laws. Like that, Christmas morning, presents in the morning.
Is it working?
Tradition of that stuff. And we were worried that Jack would be so not.
You son of a bitch. Stand by.
Okay, but what are you gonna do next year? So are you gonna say Santa comes to Grandma and Grandpa's house?
I think Ashley might have put her foot down and was like, "This is the last time we're doing it."
Yeah, because like, how do you explain to him like, oh, Santa comes to house?
Creamy's having his first meltdown in 2026.
They used to say that to me, and I brought presents to different houses.
Yeah, I used to go to Chicago for Christmas. The same thing. My parents used to go. Santa comes to Chicago. He doesn't come to Ohio.
Okay, 1 minute, folks. We're back in 1 minute. Creamy, you on board? All right, the creamster's good. All right, we're going to talk with Amy Kaufel, our friend from Fox 35. We'll see what's happening in her world. See what we missed over the break, and we'll see what news stories are grabbing her attention. All of that is coming up now. And Creamy's on point now. You have to forgive him. He was in Mexico, so he had a few too many coronitas, and now he's going to be good. I promise.
With locations across Central Florida, they're offering a New Year reset with a complimentary signature upgrade on your very first visit. All you do, you mention my name, C-Lane, and Real Radio 104.1, and book at hammerandnailsgrooming.com. Hammer and Nails. Come as you are, leave as you want to be.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
So good to be with you. You can learn more about the show. Welcome into the world's most viral newsroom singular. And no, we haven't added one since the break. We have not added an additional newsroom. We don't have the budget for it right now, unfortunately. But you can join us on the show and learn more about the show over on the website. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. It's Monday. It's 2026. It's time, baby. Let's welcome our friend, Amy Kickoff. Yeah.
Hey, guys. Happy New Year.
Hey, Amy, how are things with you? Did you have a great Christmas and New Year's break?
Yeah, it was awesome. Very nice. Good to take some time off. Good to get away. We took the kids. We saw some snow in Colorado. That was really fun. And now just back at it.
Yeah. Are you a good skier? Do you know how to ski pretty well?
I would say I am average, and I try not to fall very much.
I would try that, too. I don't know if I'd be successful at it, but I would give it a shot. I hear it's expensive to go on like a ski vacation.
It has gotten to be pretty ridiculous. Yeah, that's why we don't do it often. And when we do, I try to like find other ways to save money. Like poor Colton had to sleep on the pull-out couch. I'm like, sorry.
Oh, with Fuller?
Yeah, I know. And he's getting almost to the point where he's too big for the pull-out couch. He's like 6 feet tall, and like he can feel the springs, and he's like, this is really uncomfortable.
If Buddy the Elf can do it, he can. That is what comes with being the youngest in the family.
Did you get anything good for for Christmas, Amy Kickoff?
We left on Christmas night, so we took an evening flight on Christmas Day. In the that night, we flew out to Steamboat Springs, and then it was funny because you guys probably have heard that they haven't really gotten a lot of snow out west. Mm-hmm. But one day after we got there, we got almost a foot of snow, so it was actually
really wow.
And we lucked out.
Yeah, did you? Where were you when you saw that all this stuff was happening with Maduro and Venezuela? I know that must have grabbed your attention over the break, right?
Yeah, so that was Saturday morning. I mean, I woke up to that alert on my phone for my Fox 35 app. It alerted me that this had happened, and so of course immediately turned on the TV and started watching all the coverage, and that was incredible. There's so many fascinating aspects of what happened, one of which is the number of military personnel that were involved in this, that knew what was about to happen, and not one person leaked any of this information. Yeah. I mean, you talk about, that's fascinating. In this day and age,
but I mean, consider how we started off last year. Well, maybe it was mid-year. I bet that one journalist was double and triple checking that signal group chat.
Yeah,
maybe just in case they dropped.
I gotta tell you, I don't know that I wouldn't be a leaker if I had something so exciing to tell everybody.
If you were an actual military personnel, I think they treat loyalty a little bit differently than just like a civilian that was involved in this somehow.
There's no way I wouldn't tell you guys, though. I'd be like, you guys, don't say anything.
No, you wouldn't tell us. You'd be like, I have something crazy, but I can't tell you guys.
It's about a world leader. His name rhymes with
Maduro.
I'd give you all the details. So it not only is phenomenally interesting and fascinating, Amy Kickoff, but some of the tidbits to me are straight up out of a movie. For instance, I hear that they built an entire replica of Maduro's house in Kansas. And they were running through this drill over and over and over and over again. And this house was built exactly to the specifications of the president of Venezuela's house. And they even knew how many pets he had. They knew what the pets were, and they had those staged around. Everything was exactly the same. And they ran these drills so many times that they were able to fly in, hit the ground, go right in, overcome the security that this president had at his home. Ideally, that would be the most secure place in their entire country. Blast past them with a small group of people, overpower them, and remove this guy from the country. So it's just, from a news perspective, phenomenally interesting.
Yeah. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
And it leads you to believe, Sean, based on all of that there had to have been some help from the inside, right?
Definitely.
In order to pull off something like this, there has to be somebody on the inside, you would think, that is helping you.
100%. There was somebody inside. And I think Venezuela just said today, they're like, if we find the rats, we're going to smoke you out. We're going to get the rats. And I don't know if they're going to find them or not, but there definitely had to be some people who are feeding that information back.
Is it a strange situation, Amy, to have a breaking news event like this happen and as a news person be out of town And like, even if they wanted to call you in.
I was at home this weekend, you guys, but it makes me think of, remember when President Trump was shot?
Yeah, you were bowling with us.
I was with you guys.
And you had to go leave the bowling alley.
Yes, on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Remember we were all bowling and I was driving home and it was a Saturday afternoon and my husband called and he's like, I just had on the news and I just watched the president get shot. And I was like, what? And I literally turned, I was on driving up Markham Woods Road and I turned right down Lake Mary Boulevard and came to the station. So
it's news time.
I always feel like these big stories do happen on the weekends, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but I also think that's part, like with the president, it's obviously a different story, but like with this, I do think that that's part of the government's element of surprise. Although we did read that they apparently had to postpone at least one day or two because the weather wasn't great there in Venezuela.
Yeah. What I heard, and I don't know how true all of this is now, but I heard that the original plan, which they had to push back because there was some stuff going on in I think Nigeria that they ended up reacting to instead. But I had heard that the original plan was to do this on Christmas Day.
Oh, what?
Pop in. It's like
fantasy.
Christmas tree is up.
Feliz Navidad.
Just pop in and grab this guy on Christmas of all times. But they had to push that back. And then some other things happened. And the weather, I guess, made it so they kicked it back even further. But the United States military shouts out to these people. It wasn't the Navy SEALs. It was the what was the group that was
SEAL
behind it? No, it wasn't SEAL Team 6 this time. Group that got Maduro. It's another group that was behind this. The Otters.
The Navy Otters.
The Navy Delta Otters, I guess. Yeah,
buddy, I was making that up. What?
Thanks.
Amy Caulfield saw right through that.
I just saw Delta, and then I thought you weren't going to be lying to me.
Retraction.
Navy Delta. Was it the Delta SEALs then? The Delta Force, the elite U.S. military unit that captured Maduro. I'm seeing a story about this. Hang on, give me 1 second because there's 8 billion pop-ups. Welcome, by the way.
It was Army. It was Army Delta Force.
Yeah, Army. So the Delta Force captured Maduro. They launched a surprise attack on Venezuelan territory early Saturday morning. They said it was carried out by Delta Force, the country's main special ops unit. And the Delta Force is known as the 1st Special Forces Operation Detachment Delta. It's a special ops military group tasked with high-risk missions. Like, these are our top-end guys, such as counterterrorism, hostage rescue, and capture of or elimination of high-value targets for the United States. They operate under strict secrecy, and its missions are rarely publicly acknowledged by authorities. Although I saw a journalist trying to out the leader of this group today and apparently outing some random dude instead. They announced the wrong guy because they were so upset that this happened or whatever. But that is a huge story. All the reaction is very interesting. We're going to get into it and the nitty gritty of it a bit further on to the show. What else is grabbing your attention as we kick off 2026 here, Amy?
Well, we had breaking news out of Cincinnati this morning. I'm sure you guys saw that Vice President J.D. Vance's home, which he keeps. So a lot of times, the Vice President, they have 2 homes. They have the home in Annapolis that is specifically for the Vice President. And then they have whatever home, wherever they are from originally, which is for J.D. Vance with Cincinnati. So his home, which is in the Walnut Hills area, for those who are familiar with Cincinnati, sometime just after midnight, a 26-year-old suspect walked up to the house with a hammer, we believe, and basically hammered the windows on the first level of the house. So whatever their intention or motivation was, we don't know at this point. I've seen the mugshot flying around.
Not a gated community, I imagine, or any security, it seems.
No. I think it is a secured community, right? I mean, he must have security at his houses. There's no way.
Yes. Well, Secret Service was outside. So Secret Service said they heard a noise and then they saw this guy running down the street. So they immediately called Cincinnati PD. And together they got this guy and brought him into custody. And now we're just waiting to hear, what's the motivation, what's more to it. But I just did a little bit of a deep dive, just there's been a lot of violence against politicians, both Democrat and Republican.
Yeah.
Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, nearly lost his entire house. They were home at the time that happened. You remember that guy?
Yeah, it was like a Palestinian rights guy or something who tried to burn the house down when he was inside. Yeah.
Yeah, frightening. You've got Nancy Pelosi's husband who was attacked.
With a hammer.
That was with a hammer as well. And then, of course, sadly, the Minnesota legislative members, that was horrific.
Yeah, the guy with the mask.
Yeah, there's just been a lot. And it seems like, I don't know, you would think that in this day and age that there would be like maybe security, even if the vice president's not home, and maybe when the vice president's not home, the security is not as tight, but you would think that, you would have people like stationed all around the outside so they would have clear view.
I think maybe the argument is that they're there to protect him and not, they're not house security, home security, like you just get free. Yeah.
Well, you can watch the show at any point in time, and check this out for those of you watching over on youtube.com/The News Junkie. Here's JD Vance's window of his house, and it's smashed in. This person, I guess, had a hammer and was in the middle of attacking the house, and they got a mug shot of this guy.
Oh, my.
He looks like he's up to no good. Huh? The mug shot is just like, ugh. Eyes about to pop out of his head.
That's your last bowl cut, buddy.
Yeah, he's got quite the cut here. Go check it out. I put this up on See It Now over at thenewsjunkie.com so you could take a look, just so you know. And by the way, we can remove the retraction because it looks like this is as official as it gets. The Delta Force Otters are definitely.
Gotcha. Yeah. That didn't take long.
All right.
Did you just make that on AI?
I didn't make this. No, this is people sending stuff into the show. We got a fire hose.
Don't you guys have jobs?
No, none of them are employed. None of them are employed. None of them are members of the Delta Force, unfortunately, but they are beautiful people, so we enjoy them. All right, we got that going on out there. You got a lot of different things to watch over the course of 2026. It's going to be an exciting and interesting year here on the show and just in news in general. Is there anything that you're looking forward to this year?
You have any resolutions?
You got any resolutions? Any changes?
Resolutions. Oh, okay. So I'm going to try to do a better job of not scrolling. Doom scrolling is like I'm like really bad at stuff like that.
Same.
Like I start going down a rabbit hole and then I'm like stuck on my phone and then an hour later I look up and I'm like, oh, what'd I miss?
Yeah.
So I have a problem with that. So I need to work on that. I definitely need to work on my time management of getting to bed earlier so that when I wake up in the morning, I'm not like a sleepy slug.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I'm working on.
This is funny.
My resolutions are kind of boring.
This is funny to hear Amy Kaufeld go over resolutions because she's not a chunky like us. She's not a drinker like us. She's not popping Valium on a cruise ship like us. She doesn't have any, like,
he says us,
problem.
but he's talking about himself, Amy, okay?
Half of those things I was talking about more than one of us, all right? We all fit into some of those categories. It wasn't just me, all right?
Write that down.
Hers are much more
An hour
simple.
into the show of 2026, you're to call me fat.
I wasn't calling you fat. What is your fat hang up?
Did you guys already talk about like what you did? You guys get such
Apparently
a
I
long
ate
chunk
just
of
the whole
time
time.
off.
Yeah.
What do you guys do during that huge? It's almost like I know I dare say it's almost too much time. Like,
Whoa,
are you
I'm
out there for like
hey.
2.5 weeks?
It seems like we've lost Amy Kaufeld, guys.
Yes, I'm sorry, folks.
What do you do?
The SEAL Team 6 Otters have infiltrated our facility.
Delta Force just abducted me. What do you guys do that whole time?
Well, take a much needed break. In my case, I didn't get a ton of days off this year, so it was awesome. We get about a little over 2 weeks, I think. Not much more. Yeah, about 2 weeks at the very end of the year.
2 business weeks.
And just to be clear, it's an area where they call it like a it doesn't matter zone for ratings. Like, we all know you're listening to the Christmas station. We get it. You know,
we were on it this year.
Yeah, we're even over there. We're even doing the Christmas music. Okay, we're all in on this now.
So who's running around punching all the buttons? Is it just Jack Bradshaw behind the scenes, like boop 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 boop? Like what's he?
No,
part-timers.
He's probably one of the only ones actually doing anything. But everything's
okay. I resent that remark. First off, I did a lot of work from home.
You loaded in some best of, same thing from last year and the year before and the year before.
It had to be curated and some newer stuff because we could tell what was from 10 years ago. But I think a lot of us, I caught up on a lot of projects that still are not done. But that home office is looking great so that Nicole, who works from home, doesn't have to be just crunched up in the corner like a hoarder house you can see on TLC.
Nice.
You can't lock down a home office in 2 weeks?
I had other things I was doing, ass.
She moves real slow.
I was in my house visiting family. What were you saying?
A million years ago, I did the we would do the Cratchits, like the Phillips File would do this thing where everybody would play a character, and we would go and we would on stage. I forget where we did it.
We
were
still
in a
do
stage
that
somewhere, and everybody would have a part, and you would record it. Do you guys know about this?
Yeah, we still do it. What we do is we do it once every decade, and then we just replay it 10 times. We just.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I played Mrs. Cratchit. Oh my gosh, it like literally feels like a million years ago, but I think they reran that thing at least for a decade.
Inevitably, they re-air it so many times that half of the people have been either fired or arrested, and then they go. It's weird.
One of them was both. Yeah, one of them was fired because he got arrested.
Like, we need a new Cratchit. We've got to do this over again.
I think I was on that show too.
Yeah, that was
it. It was best of from 10 years ago. It was funny to listen to, says Natasha. So you're getting some shouts out there, Celine. Just for the record, all right? Not everybody dumping on your best of material. Just me.
It's just you.
Anyhow, it's fantastic to have you back. I'm so excited for what 2026 has in store for us, Amy Caufel. You are our North Star.
I love you guys so much.
You set us straight.
I really, like, this is telling you the highlight of my week, and I love Mondays because I love spending it with you all. So it really brings me joy. How many years is this now?
Oh, too many.
14.
12, 13, 14. A lot.
What is time?
A lot. If we had a child the first time that we hung out, first of all, weird.
That's a way to
Second
put it.
of all, that child will be a teenager now. You know? Like, probably if it was a boy,
very awkward
stash coming in or something.
Well, when I started with you guys, Colton, who's my baby, was 1.
Yeah.
So that just gives you, and now he's a freshman.
Back then he didn't complain about those beds with the springs on them, but now
poor baby.
Problems everywhere. All right, there she is. She's the best. You love her.
You
we
guys.
love her.
Thank you.
Amy Caufel from Fox 35. Make sure you're following her on every platform possible. Search for Amy Caufel. She is a fun follow online. I promise you that. And watch her every day with the Good Day Orlando crew for those of you in town or anybody else. Fox35Orlando.com. Follow along and keep up with what's happening in the world. Amy, we'll see you next week.
Can't wait.
There she goes. Quick break. We're back with some of the stuff that happened with the Stranger Things season releasing. Now, as I told you, I'm not going to spoil anything here, but there was one part of this, and it was related to the Stranger Things finale being released in movie theaters that nobody's talking about, that blew my mind. And so I want to drop this on you. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anna.
Hello. The right lane now on Lake Mary Boulevard.
Welcome in, streamers.
Past I-4.
Welcome in.
Lanes are blocked there. We got emergency.
We are behind the scenes right now on the show. We're in a network break. Commercials are on, but that's when we chat on Skull Mike. Hopefully all is well in your world. I didn't even ask you this. With our Skull Mike camera, is the camera height good? Higher, lower? Higher, lower, or good on our camera height for 2026? Higher, lower, or good on camera height for 2026?
Keep up with all the online stories mainstream media ignores by listening to the Brad versus
Just right? Okay, good. Yeah, that sounds good. Just right.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 6.
Height good?
If you're qualified today at that mortgage guy.
Sean, maybe it's your haircut, but you look thinner. Must be you're more relaxed. The only things that are different for this, for 2026, is I make a lot of little tiny resolutions that nobody really pays attention to. I don't expect them to. But one of my New Year's resolutions for 2026 is, if I'm doing the show, dress the part. What's different right now? Anybody astute enough to notice? What's different right now? What's different right now? Shoes! In 2026, I have decided if random people just go onto the stream on YouTube and see a shoeless man ranting in the studio, that's probably not a great first impression. We can do better than that. So shoes it is for 2026. I'm going to dress it up a little bit with some shoes. Second of all, the other thing is, for those of you saying I look thin, you're out of your mind. I love you. I appreciate you. But you're deranged. I weighed myself this morning after the cruise, after the break, without getting my walk and run in every single day, which I'm back on that today. I'm at 215 pounds. I got to get down to at least 180. 180, 185. 185 is probably what I'm looking for. So I've got 30 pounds to lose. And then we'll see what I look like there. I don't want to get that like emaciated gaunt thing, so I'm going to try to do that. I definitely put on a handful of pounds. And Courtney found the way to go on a cruise ship, enjoy food, and somehow still lose weight. Yeah. Now, if you want to copy this model, you go to the sushi restaurant and you get food poisoning. Because one of the nights on the ship, as we're rocking and rolling in the sea, Courtney legitimately got food poisoning from sushi and threw up for 12 hours. Okay? Nightmare territory. Nightmare says, wait, you're worried about randos more than the regulars here? No, it's not that. I just figured overall, like, I put some shoes on. When I'm done with the show, reward myself by taking the shoes off. Not sweet, Courtney. That should have happened to you instead, Sean. Dude, if I would have gotten food poisoning and been projectile vomiting on the first or second night of that cruise, I probably would have fashioned a paraglider out of bed sheets and hovered off somehow, searching for the nearest plot of land, you know? Like, where's Hopetown? Where am I going? 2 minutes and we're back live. Ladies and gentlemen, give me your thoughts on this. Just curious if you have any thoughts. Governor of Minnesota Tim Walz has announced he will not be running for re-election. Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. A lot of scandals going on in Minnesota at the moment. A lot of fraud issues in Minnesota. And Tim Walz has announced, as his popularity has taken a big hit, that he is not going to be running for re-election. He just ended a press conference. I've got the video of that. We'll get into that at some point in time. Where the media was pissed off because he abruptly ended the press conference and didn't take any questions. Tim Walz not running for re-election. 1 minute. Walz was cooked as soon as the Somalian fraud came up. Yeah, it looks like it's had an impact. I mean, and then he doesn't want to take any questions about it afterwards. He just wants to go back over to Twitter and post stuff, so he's not being like challenged by any of those media outlets, which that ain't gonna work out for you in the end, man. You know, people want a little bit more, I think, you know? Get out there and take on the allegations, baby. All right, here we go. We're coming back.
And my family. Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Flash back to the countdowns you grew up with on Classic American Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem.
One channel with countdowns from the 70s and 80s.
The hits from coast to coast.
And another from the 90s and 2000s.
The smaller the numbers, the bigger the hits.
All commercial free. Relive the stories behind the songs with classic American Top 40.
Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
Search Casey Kasem and make these your next presets.
iHeartRadio.
Now back to the most viral newsroom on planet Earth. This
mission. I'll tell you that in a little bit. We'll get into some of the drama around all these things that have happened during the break. There's a lot to talk about, friend. And you can join us on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, we know, of course, that one of the big things over the break was Stranger Things. The finale, all the stuff that was happening around that, the drama, the scene where one of the characters kind of said he was gay, but the delivery was weird. All of those things, okay? But one thing I want to talk about off the jump that
you said there was going to be no spoilers about this.
I mean, everyone knew it's in season 3. Yeah. Let's be honest here.
Yeah. That was like, it was. I've seen a lot of memes on this where the character comes out and he's like, I don't like girls. And they start cutting in. Other people are like, yeah, we've known that. We've known that for 5 seasons. What are you talking about? So there was some memes around that we'll get to. But this part I thought was really interesting. I'm talking to my son on like the Thursday or whatever before the Stranger Things movie comes out, because it came out in the theaters as a movie for the finale. And I go, what are you doing? And he said, well, we're going to go see the finale of Stranger Things. We're going to go see it in the theaters. And I said, oh, are you? And he goes, yeah, we're going to go out there. And I said, I wonder how popular that's going to be. It seems like a really smart idea, and it seems like the future. And so Courtney brings up one of the biggest theaters in the country, all right? And I'm looking at it now. It's like the AMC Disney Springs Theater for one of the many showings of Stranger Things. And trust me, they all looked like this. Every single seat was sold out. Every single seat.
I mean, it was
not for me.
It was a 2-hour episode,
Yes.
so I thought, I don't know why I thought that. It was going to be something like all the other episodes, but 2 hours makes sense. That'd be a cool experience in the movie theater.
Yes, totally. This is the way. This is the way. This is the future. Build up these big shows, these big series, and then debut the finale, like a movie-length finale in the theaters. It's awesome. It's awesome. But there's a twist to this, all right? There's a twist that most people have not picked up on just yet, I don't think. And it was immensely successful. It made about $25 million in the movie theater. But as Dylan went with his friends, and he said he enjoyed it. Again, no spoilers here, other than the gay one. He tells me, well, yeah, me and all of my friends are going to see this movie. And I go, yeah, it's going to make a ton of money. But then I said, this isn't really a movie. And there's a twist here, because they couldn't just charge you for movie tickets. These actors all made huge deals. This season cost about $500 million to make. All right.
Damn.
The final season of Stranger Things cost about $500 million. What was it? 8 episodes? I think
it was 8 episodes, with that last one being 2 hours long.
That's astonishing how much money this cost.
Budget, like what went to what?
I got
because
it.
I feel, oh, you do?
Yeah. I got that.
Script, definitely on the lower part of it, right? Because there were some lines in there where I'm like, did a 3rd grader write this?
There was some bad stuff. Yeah, there was some like
cheesy.
We're gonna tell you instead of show you stuff, where like everything's solved in a 5-second dialogue. But at the movie theater, because they made all these deals with all these actors, they don't have like a residual set up for movies being in the movie theater. So when you went to go see the movie, here's an example. Variety says, movie theaters earned between $25 million and $28 million, this says, by showing the finale to Netflix's Stranger Things, sources tell Variety. It's very hard to get an exact number because tickets came with vastly different pricing. AMC and Cinemark charged $20 for a concession voucher And Regal and other circuits charged $11, a nod to the supernatural character played by Millie Bobby Brown. But the thing was, they couldn't just sell tickets because they didn't have an arrangement for how to pay the actors for this. So the tickets were, you paid $20 or $11 or $25 or whatever, and then you got concession money for that. It was a credit to go pick up popcorn and soda and stuff, and end up getting all these food and beverage credits.
So does that mean that the show creators didn't make any money off of this?
I don't know. It says a spokesperson for Netflix did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Earlier this week, the Duffer Brothers, the show's creators, announced on social media that 1.1 million vouchers had been sold. They don't call them tickets. They were vouchers to see the finale of Stranger Things. AMC said it generated $15 million from the more than 753,000 people who bought food and beverage credits. That's AMC alone. The chain had slightly more than 1/3 of the total theater count. The results are good news for theaters, blah, blah, blah. They talk about, but you didn't buy just a ticket. It was a credit. And then you went into the movie theater and you bought like popcorn and sodas and candy and Mike and Ike's. I don't know what you guys are eating. Whatever it was, you bought that stuff.
Jujubes.
You bought your Jujubes or your snow caps, or I don't know, if you're a serial killer, you got the black licorice. And you had those things, the vines, whatever you had. That's what people did with this. So that's how they handled it. It's a very different and innovative way for them to do this. It had never happened like that before. But the season cost such an unbelievable amount of money. Now, you're going to have to help me as I go through this, because somebody did a cost breakdown of Stranger Things Season 5, and they're saying they think there's more coming. There's going to be some secret episodes or something. But Charlie Heaton, see, I don't know a lot of these people by name.
Charlie Heaton was Will's older brother.
He got $6 million for Season 5. Joe Keery, $6 million for Season 5. Natalia Dyer,
Steve.
$6 million for Season 5.
That's Nance.
5. Sadie Sink, $7 million.
That is Redhead Max.
Noah Schnapp, $7 million for Season 5. Gayton, he's the little guy with the teeth and the hat and all that stuff. He got $7 million. Finn Wolfhard, $7 million. David Harbour got $9 million for Season 5. And Millie Bobby Brown has like some crazy overall deal, and she got about $10 million for the season. Winona Ryder got $9 million. Maya Hawke, daughter of Ethan Hawke, right?
Yes,
Ethan Hawke
correct.
And Kill Bill.
Yeah, what's her name from Kill Bill?
Yeah, Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter, Maya Hawke, got $6 million. And then Jamie Campbell Bower, whoever that is, $7 million. So the cast got a lot of money, right? Like a lot of money. It's $94 million to pay the cast alone for Season 5, right? And then they go into like what it costs to film everything, what it costs to set up all the scenes and for the union cost. And they put it all together and they said it still doesn't add up to the $500 million that they're publicly admitting Stranger Things Season 5 cost. So where did the rest go? That's where these theories are coming in, like, oh, there's more to come. We got big secrets on the way. There's lots happening here. What are those secrets? There's some very interesting theories. Very interesting theories. A lot of it is a reaction to this right here. Let me play this for you. Netflix dropping some bombs here. Netflix saying, we've got a surprise announcement coming when? 2 days from now, January 7th.
Okay, so have you seen the thing?
This one right here?
Sometimes the universe shows you a sign.
All right, Oscar the Grouch popped out of a trash can for the record.
You can brush it off. Call it a coincidence.
I think I know what this is, by the way.
I know you got some questions.
Now, I don't know who some of these people are. They might be from some of these other Netflix shows, but it's like this whole big bombshell announcement coming from Netflix. And they're drumming this up huge. And some people have theories about what this means. I'm going to hang on to the rest of this. We'll get a little further into that and talk about what Netflix is actually going to be announcing. I think I know what it is, and it's not what most people are thinking. We'll get to all that. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? New year, and that means new public domains that will ruin your childhood with blood, gore, and all the things. Much to the chagrin of almost everyone, that movie franchise people are sick of or didn't know was still happening made over $1 billion at the box office. Plus, the list of suspects of those who may or may not have started the fire is now down to 3. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I'm not a dumbass. Like, I get it. I understand.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast for the first Monday of 2026. And in Central Florida, we're going to be expecting a warm day after a foggy start. We'll see increasing sunshine with a high of around 76 degrees, which is well above normal for this time of year. And we'll keep it that way as we head throughout the rest of this week with highs nearing the low 80s. We'll stay mostly dry too until our next system comes into play sometime next weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored.
Hello! How you doing, junkies? Skull Mike is on. I stopped at the first Avatar movie. You know what Avatar is for? Found that out over the weekend. Or the break, I guess I should say. You know what Avatar is for? Avatar is for boomers. I saw the demo breakdowns of who went to see Fire and Ash or whatever it is, the new Avatar movie. Still doing pretty well. And they filmed it at the same time as they filmed the second one, I believe. So it'll make money. It's a James Cameron movie, for God's sake. But boomers are the ones going to see this because it's big, beautiful, and on the screen. And the must-recommends from boomers were like 70%. So older people would go to the theater and they'd see this new Avatar movie and they'd be like, this was amazing. It was a visual assault. It was beautiful. Everybody should see this. And then Zoomers, their must-recommend was like 40%. Zoomers are less impressed with all like the big graphics on the screen. Hello? Hi. How'd it go? How you doing? What's going on in your world? Getting back to the grind? I told them he got food poisoning on the cruise ship.
Ready to kick off the new year with comfort and
I know. You weren't faking it at all.
How would I fake that?
I said you weren't faking it at all. See you later. Bye. Did we capture Dr. Disrespect from Venezuela? Potentially. Potentially. Lots of rumors out there. Maybe Dr. Disrespect was the real target. Boomers don't have memories, so why wouldn't they love S you don't need to remember? I literally think it's boomers love big spectacles and these amazing graphics on the screen, and the water looks real. And I think Zoomers are like scrolling through TikTok to low calorie content and videos where people are like, look at this, and pointing up at some video. Zoomers don't care if something is polished and beautiful, and boomers are like still impressed. That's what Avatar is. That's what's going on. 90 seconds, and we're back live for the next episode. They just waited too long between movies. I lost interest. I don't think you would say that, though, if you were so interested in the movie. Like, if your interest in the movie was so hot, you'd wait that long. If they did E.T. 2, which my pet theory is Steven Spielberg's new movie is E.T. 2. It's not going to happen, but it would be crazy. People would still go see E.T. 2. That's a long time between movies. But the first was a classic. All right, here we go. We're coming back. Stand by for the next episode.
Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day with just one pill.
Here we go.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day with just one pill. Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
New year, new you isn't just about changing who you are. It's about showing up sharper and more confident. Hey, C-Lane here, and that's why I love Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys. It's not just a barbershop. It's total man care. Haircut, beard, hot towel, and a drink in your hand. With locations across Central Florida, they're offering a New Year reset with a complimentary signature upgrade on your very first visit. All you do, you mention my name, C-Lane, and Real Radio 104.1, and book at hammerandnailsgrooming.com. Hammer and Nails. Come as you are, leave as you want to be.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
Viral newsroom. Welcome to 2026. The show is on. If you miss anything, as always, subscribe to the podcast. It's free for you, and it's available over at thenewsjunkie.com. Real quick, we were talking about this Netflix teasing this huge announcement in 2 days, and people are going, what is it? What's it going to be? They posted this video. It's very mysterious. Weird stuff happening in it.
Which is on its way.
A lot of cats.
You're not looking.
That was One Piece. Discover your future.
So go on. All you gotta do is ask.
What's next, it says. What is next? What next? They had a bunch of logos from Netflix shows like One Piece in there that some of you might have noticed. But what is coming from Netflix, this bombshell announcement in 2 days, we'll go a bit deeper. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
I don't like girls.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
I mean, it's okay if you don't.
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. He just likes one girl, Courtney.
I like all of them.
What?
I mean, I don't love all of them, but, you know, I'm enamored with women. I think they're the best. They're fantastic.
I love?
What?
That mortgage guy, Don.
He's great. Good guy.
He is the best. And when it's coming to that phrase, new year, new you, perhaps new home or new refinance of the home you've already owned, you got to work with a guy who's got your back. And that is That Mortgage Guy Don. Start the process today by going to the website, thatmortgageguydon.com. Very easy to navigate through. Chock full of information for you. And any question you got, direct access to the man himself. So work with an expert you could trust by going to thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat.
Yeah. Go women. 28 years ago, 1998, this guy right here. Sonny Bono is correct, and it was on this day that he skied into a tree and died.
Oh. It happens, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tree, 62 years old at the time.
I hit the tree.
Watch out, watch for the tree, babe.
I can't ski, babe.
Oh, that one.
Nice.
New year, more people who didn't see it, so let's just get this out of the way. We bid adieu, I believe, right before the new year, to Miss Bridget Bardot.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And this means one thing. We now have narrowed down the suspects of who may or may not have started Billy Joel's fire.
Was it her?
Well, it wasn't her. But of the 59 people mentioned in Billy Joel's classic We Didn't Start the Fire, just 3 remain alive.
Oh, yeah.
And well.
That's crazy.
Yeah, let me send you the image because someone had some time on their hands. So why not make a complete graph that was hard to read? I didn't realize how many people he had actually named in the song, rather.
Yeah.
And, Sean, you're right. Talking and looking for something is hard.
Marilyn Monroe. I know she's in it. You know?
Yeah, she is.
She is
she's
also dead.
definitely dead.
Super
I'm looking
dead.
at Bridget Bardot. She was beautiful, man. She was beautiful.
And then what was her thing? Didn't she find herself in some controversy in her later years?
I don't know. I think that's one of those things where everybody puts like modern day lenses on to be like, well, she said this one time or she did this. I'm sure I didn't agree with her on everything, but she seems like she was a pretty impressive lady.
Yeah, died at age 91, and Reddit user Cave Dave shared an updated chart, the one that I just sent to you.
Okay.
I told you, it's complicated.
These
Cave
are people
Dave.
in Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire and like Harry Truman, Doris Day. A lot of these are, they're very much dead.
Line starts when someone is born, ends when they die, and a dot for when they did the thing they were mentioned for in the song.
So Bridget Bardot is dead now, and Chubby Checker, isn't Chubby Checker dead?
He's dead. I'm
Because
pretty
it
sure
looks like he's still going on the line. It looks like he's still on there. Bob Dylan, we know he's alive, right?
Yeah, didn't sound no vibe.
But I would have definitely guessed that Chubby Checker was dead. I would not have thought he was alive.
Now, when it comes to the song itself, Billy Joel says when he started jotting down all the names and events he could think of from his 40 years of life, it started looking like a rap song, so he just kept going. He also mentioned that it's not really much of a song. If you take the melody by itself, terrible, like a dentist drill. Oh, that was actually what he told the David Horn about the reason he had the song. But everyone loves it, and now the fire starters may be in heaven. Ready to feel old?
Everyone loves it except for him, right?
He hates that song.
He absolutely hates it.
Right.
He might hate all of these songs that are now turning 30 years old this year.
All right. Okay. What do we got?
This is a video I sent you.
Okay, I'm going to bring this up here.
Another person in a cave, maybe named Dave. And
sorry.
It's okay. This is NSYNC.
Didn't know it wasn't going to autoplay there. Yeah. Okay. NSYNC, Get Down is 30 years
One
old.
of their earlier songs. Yeah.
All right.
Look at that butt cut. We
What
also
else do they
have coming up Barbie.
Oh, my God. Barbie.
30 years old.
Love Fool Cardigan. That one is 30 years old now.
Loving me.
Don't Speak by No Doubt. Jesus.
30
man.
years old. And
Yeah.
what? They're going to be at the Sphere this year.
They
not?
are. Would you go see that?
I would if it's No Doubt.
I would see No Doubt for sure. I would definitely.
Unless she's playing. I mean, I'll listen to Holler
God.
Back Girl.
Mbop is 30 years
30
old.
years old.
Jesus.
Don't even play the rest because I'm feeling very old.
Macarena. Wannabe by the
Hey,
Spice Girls, I guess.
Macarena.
Yeah. And Wonderwall, 30 years old. Damn.
And as things get older and older, that means they're going to head to the public domain. And now we've got some new properties there, my friends. You ready?
Yeah.
Georgia on My Mind could be yours, kind of.
Interesting.
Want to remix it, parody it, make it into a bloody gore movie. We also have Betty Boop entering the public domain in 2026. And that absolutely is going to be a scary horror film.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Pluto, who appears in one of the 9 new Mickey Mouse cartoons that is going to enter the public domain. Nancy Drew is going to solve some mysteries in the public domain.
Okay.
We also have Agatha Christie's detective Miss Marple. Yay.
I don't know that one.
Marx Brothers movie Animal Crackers in the public domain. Dick and Jane, you guessed it, domain. And the songs Georgia on My Mind and Dream a Little Dream of Me.
Oh, that's a good tune, yeah. Dream a little dream.
What does that mean? That we can now sing that without paying anybody?
Yeah,
I can
when
now
that comes
play
around.
it for the next episode whenever I want?
That's not always true. It could be just like one rendition of the song that becomes available. Kind of like Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse wasn't really, you can't do anything with Mickey Mouse, but you can do with the first appearance of Mickey and the Steamboat Willie thing, you can do stuff with
It
that.
was ugly Mickey.
So sometimes it's like that song goes into public domain, but maybe it's a different arrangement of it every once in a while.
I see. I did not want the theme to be all death and things that are over, or I guess we would have called it the last episode. But since we're here, we also, over the New Year break, said goodbye to MTV.
That's crazy.
And the music channels. They were officially shut down across much of the globe. U.S. consumers can still watch videos on MTV Live and MTV Classic, but no word yet if those are going to be shut down as well. But they did end it, I believe, with how they started. With
I thought those were the ones that they did shut down, was like the ones that played music videos.
it was like the cable version of it. You know, MTV itself, the classic music channels. I don't know, but I know they ended with Video Killed the Radio Star, which is cute.
Yeah, it was their first one, and then their last one on the way out.
Yeah, it's not going anywhere, but you can just watch a whole bunch of ridiculousness on the boob tube.
They canceled that too.
What?
Yeah, ridiculousness is canceled too.
What am I going to do with that one-time payment of $100?
What are they going to do with their entire schedule is the question.
Fifth season finale of Name That Tune on Fox. St. Dennis Medical is returning on NBC. You can catch Sadie Sink and AJR on Fallon. And you follow your dreams. Let me on Instagram, at Sabrina Amber. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. I saw, speaking of MTV shutting down, I don't know if I could find it or not, but somebody made this video, and it's quite obviously AI, though I did see some people not realizing it was AI, where it showed all of the MTV sets, and they were like turning out the lights. And
so dramatic.
It was like Nirvana playing Unplugged, and the lights were turned out. And I was like, don't tell me you don't know this is AI. I mean, Kurt Cobain is dead. He's long dead. And they showed Kurt Loder delivering a news report for MTV. Poof, the power goes down. And
what are old Loadsters up to these days?
They showed Carson Daly, and there's people like, long live TRL, and the lights turn off at TRL, and all of that stuff has kind of been dead for a while. I got a feeling that MTV will probably live on like Playboy. It will be a logo that they license out for people to put on T-shirts for Zoomers to wear who never really connected with the original product. That seems to be what the inevitability is. But we want to see what you think. Let us know. Join us on the show. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get to the very first dispatches, maybe including yours, of 2026. How about that? Well, more from what's going on with the president of Venezuela, who's in New York City. New York City.
They had the arraignment.
Can I please see the Big
they
Apple?
had the arraignment. Yeah, they're bringing him through New York City in this armored vehicle. We'll talk about all the details going on with that. More on the Stranger Things finale. We got a lot of ground to cover today. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
2 right lanes are blocked on Orange Blossom Trail southbound at Land Street. We got emergency crews on the roadway still clearing up that crash on Lake Mary Boulevard westbound near I-4. That accident's off to the shoulder now on I-4 westbound near Osceola Parkway. Traffic's getting by a little bit better now. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Warehouse of Orlando. Treat yourself to a better night's sleep. Mattress Warehouse can help. Save up to $800 on Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, and Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get 0% interest financing and free delivery. Visit mattresswarehouse.com for a store near you.
Hello, everybody. Can I tell you with you one sec?
Owner of A1 Garage Door Service. I built something that no other garage door company can offer. The Max Life Spring System. The average garage door spring only lasts about 10,000 cycles. That's only 3 to 5 years. We engineered springs that last up to a lifetime. Over 100,000 cycles. That's 30 plus years at a minimum. And the best part, the Max Life Spring is almost the same price as the standard springs most companies use. Buy once and never worry again. From garage door repairs to upgrades, call A1 Garage Door Service today or schedule online at a1garage.com. Buy once and never worry again.
A1garage.com. A1 from day one.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. As the year winds down, here's something to remember. Kia sells more vehicles in Central Florida than any brand except one. So if you're shopping, chances are you're already thinking about a new Kia. Greenway Kia is closing out the year with savings up to $12,000 off MSRP and one of the area's biggest selections of new Kias. Shop hundreds of new Kias online at greenwaykias.com. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a
All right.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Guys, you know what? If your T is low, you got low testosterone, it's time to get your edge back with Red Mountain Whey.
How you hanging in there? We're halfway through our first show of 2026, everybody.
They're going to give you 1 month
got some really interesting things, including my favorite tidbit about the Venezuela military action that ousted Maduro in the middle of the night. Another thing that nobody's really talking about that I thought was super interesting. We'll see what you think about that.
Sleep better and you're going to love a little bit better, if you know what I mean. It's Red Mountain weight loss. Don't be fooled. Nothing boosts testosterone like
Chat, let's take the temperature.
It's a game changer.
The military mission to oust Maduro and bring him to the United States, good or bad? Just want to test you folks out. See where you're at on this. Good or bad? These highly skilled, obviously, military forces moving in the middle of the night and getting Maduro. Bad but goodly. Mixed bag, too soon to tell? I mean, I can understand that, because if we have to put boots on the ground in Venezuela and send 100,000 troops over there, like, that could drastically change anybody's opinion on this. We will see. Bad. Fantastic. We captured a bad guy and no U.S. members were injured doing so. That is incredible to consider. That is incredible to consider. We went in and apprehended a dictator and his wife, and no U.S. troops were killed. That's unbelievable. Good thing overall? Badass, says Mike. It's undeniably badass. I mean, unless you're one of these brain-melted America bad always people, right? If you're like, actually, America's a terrorist country, go piss off, right? Unless you're one of those people, you have to admit, like, that is badass that they were able to pull that off, 100%. Great outcome, generally anti-intervention, though? Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, what if you could do something like this and nobody dies? Well, no U.S. soldiers die, right? No American forces die. And then you don't have to put boots on the ground and you get a sea change maybe in South America? That would be absolutely massive. Okay, but who's next? Cuba, Greenland, Colombia? Now, here's the thing. Greenland, I don't think is going to happen. I think that's always a negotiation threat. I absolutely wouldn't support it. Colombia, maybe. The leader of Colombia is very much aligned with Maduro, who finds himself in cuffs now, right? 1 minute and we're back. Cuba? Well, Cuba was pretty reliant on Venezuela. So Cuba, which has had a lot of problems to begin with, may find themselves in a whole world of hurt, and they may just not survive this monetarily. Weren't civilians killed, though? It's unclear. There at least were a few dozen people that were killed in this attack. They're saying that civilians were killed, and Venezuela is obviously saying that civilians were killed. It's unclear how many civilians were killed. Cuba, the 51st state? Gorgeous this time of year. All right, we're coming back.
800-218-8877. That's 800.
Here we go.
Centered on your care. Same day appointments available. Call 800-218-8877. 800-218-8877. That's 800-218-8877.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
Rocky. Join us, the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. We can't wait to hear from you. In fact, we're going to crack open our first dispatches of 2026 momentarily. A lot of people talking about, the Venezuela stuff. One of my favorite things, my favorite little tidbits about this, and just about Trump in general, and grain of salt this, who knows what's true, right? But I heard a story one time about Trump that's always stuck with me. And it makes me keep things in mind. Like when people say, well, he's not going to go into Venezuela, even though Maduro's out there dancing around, doing his thing. What was he? He was singing the No Crazy War song not long ago.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. There's No Crazy War song he was singing for a little while, dancing along to it. He was out there with his wife. They're both now in New York in custody. A warrant being served in the most intensive ways.
They said that the Maduro and his wife, they just had an arraignment.
Yeah.
They pled not guilty to all federal charges.
That's true.
What are the federal charges?
The federal charges are narco trafficking, a lot of drug-related charges. There was some guns charges as well that they tacked on because they're just throwing everything at them. But most of them are related to drugs, cocaine in particular, and Maduro's involvement in drug trafficking throughout South America and beyond. And he was doing his thing. He was singing "Don't Worry, Be Happy" not that long ago.
That's what it was.
Don't worry, be happy.
Wait, didn't he also do Imagine?
La, 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 la.
He might have.
Don't worry, be happy.
And one of these things that he did was what triggered Trump. Trump was like, he's not taking this seriously. This idiot's singing songs out there.
Well, I have his counts, what he was charged with.
Well, okay, you have the indictment or whatever?
Narco-terrorism conspiracy, cocaine importation conspiracy, possession of machine guns and destructive devices, and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices.
I have some conspiracies to possess machine guns and destructive devices. Just for the record, I have that too. But hopefully I will not be taken in on this.
Conspiracy or just desire?
But a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I mean, I desire to have a bit of a conspiracy.
I mean, if you run a country, I imagine there's a whole room full of machine guns.
Oh, yeah. Maduro was like running from the U.S. forces in this house. And again, they built an entire replica of the leader of Venezuela, of his house in Kansas. So they knew every twist and turn. And they were chasing after him. And he was trying to get to this big secured door. And he got to it and was about to try to get in with his wife, and they grabbed him.
Not happy.
And they yanked him out of there. And he wasn't singing or dancing anymore. But people who were surprised by this, one of the tidbits about Trump that always sticks with me, I've always found this kind of odd, but Eric Trump, I believe, told a story one time. You guys may have heard this, maybe not. Eric Trump told a story about watching a movie with his father, now President Donald Trump. Have you ever heard this or no?
It's not ringing a bell just yet.
Eric Trump said he sat down one time and wanted to watch the movie Bloodsport with Donald Trump, his dad. And he
Usually
said,
it's Lion King or something like that.
When they were sitting down, well, they were adults, you know what I mean? They were like, this was like probably 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And he puts on the movie Bloodsport with, I think, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Sure.
Where's he at these days? Jean-Claude Van Damme, what are you up to out there, my friend? So he puts on Bloodsport on the TV. It's Eric Trump and his dad, Donald Trump. And this is just like an idea of inside Trump's mind. Trump thought the movie was boring, so had his son fast forward only to the fight parts. So when he was watching Bloodsport, he was like,
who needs
a
plot line? No character building. Let's see some blood.
A lot of great violence.
He's like, I don't care about the talking. Let's get to it, baby. Let's go. Let's give me fast forward to Jean-Claude Van Damme, like balancing in a split between two tractor trailers driving down an interstate and punching a couple of guys in the face. They're like, give me the action. And so he was going for it. And that's what we ended up with here. And the story was just unbelievable. Let me see if I can bring up the New York Times on this. Here it says, inside Operation Absolute Resolve, the U.S. effort to capture Maduro. The tactically precise operation.
Not the best operation name, in my opinion.
Absolute Resolve?
Yeah.
It's a little on the nose. Or a little bit like boilerplate language, I guess, right?
Absolute Resolve.
It successfully extracted Mr. Maduro with no loss of American life, a result heralded by President Trump amid larger questions about the legality and rationale for the U.S. actions in Venezuela.
What about Venezuelan life?
And they said in August, a clandestine team of CIA officers slipped into Venezuela with a plan to collect information on Nicolas Maduro, the country's president, whom the Trump administration had labeled a narco-terrorist. The CIA team moved about Caracas, that's the capital, remaining undetected for months while it was in the country. The intelligence gathered about the Venezuelan leader's daily movements, combined with a human source close to Maduro and a fleet of stealth drones flying secretly above, enabled the agency to map out minute details about his routines. It was a highly dangerous mission. With the U.S. embassy closed, the CIA officers could not operate under the cloak of diplomatic cover, but it was highly successful. General Dan Kane, that's the Raisin Kane guy, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said at a news conference, because of the intelligence gathered by the team, the United States knew where Mr. Maduro moved, where he ate, and even what pets he kept. The information was crucial to the ensuing military operation, a pre-dawn raid Saturday by elite Army Delta Force commandos, the Otters. The riskiest U.S. military operation of its kind since members of SEAL Team 6 killed Osama bin Laden in Pakistan in 2011. And by the way, that was another secret attack and another badass moment of American military power where they zooted themselves into this tiny area in Pakistan near the border and knew where bin Laden's place was, where he was sitting there watching his cartoons on his laptop.
And porn.
And his porn. And went in and killed bin Laden, and surprised him. And didn't ask Pakistan's permission, right? Because they didn't want to blow the whole thing. Went in there and did this kind of stuff. The result was a tactically precise and swiftly executed operation that extracted Mr. Maduro from his country with no loss of American life. Absolute resolve was a strike against drug trafficking, according to the president. And they get into the run-up to this whole thing and how it happened and how Mr. Maduro, the leader of Venezuela, was trying to haul ass to this secured spot where there was a big metal door that would have given him some level of safety. Trump said it would have taken 40 seconds for them to blow it down, but who knows? And they ended up, it only took them 3 minutes after blowing up the outside door to move through the building to Mr. Maduro's location. His wife and him tried to escape into a steel-reinforced room, but were stopped by U.S. forces, they said. And then, of course, there was a whole big press conference about this afterwards.
Did they say whether it would have mattered if Maduro and his wife had made it into that room?
I don't know what's what. Trump said, he looked back at the Raisin Kane general guy, and he goes, it would have taken us, 40, 47 seconds, 48 seconds to blow open that door and get him in there. I don't know if that's true. Right. I don't know, what's what. But they got him before he did it. They ended up getting in there and stopping him before any of that happened. And then you saw the photo that's now as viral as can be of Maduro, president 5 seconds before, but now with horse blinders on and those kind of headphones like a little kid wears to a monster truck show.
Yeah.
The big, sound eliminating headphones. And a water bottle in his hand and a tracksuit. And they got him. And his wife was along with as they brought him in. And now he's in New York City. And as C-Lane said just moments ago, him and his wife pleaded not guilty. Now, there are some pretty interesting things in the Trump administration's favor here. For instance, if you have a warrant out, and there was a bounty on Maduro, just so everybody knows. There was a $50 million, first it was $25 million bounty under Joe Biden for Nicolas Maduro. And it was for information related to the arrest and or conviction of Nicolas Maduro. It was moved up to $50 million after this. I think I might have the updated one. Hang on. It moved to $50 million by August 7th, 2025. So not that long ago. The reward went up. They did mention the reward at the press conference, and they were like, we don't even have to pay out the reward. And I was like, oh, okay, well.
It'd be hilarious if, first of all, maybe you'd give some of the guys in that Delta team a bonus.
Hell yeah.
Especially if they're going in thinking that they would have some of that reward money.
50, well, they're not. That's for somebody who rats him out or something. We did have people that ratted him out, they said. At least they were suggesting that. But if you don't have anybody who's the person who could collect the reward, hell yeah, give it to the guys involved in the raid.
And second, I think since Biden was the one that upped the reward money Trump should demand it from him.
Mhm.
Like, where is Sleepy Joe? I would like my reward.
I'm hiding in the bush again.
So,
did we get? But you mentioned this press conference that I haven't seen, but that he did look back. He was talking to the General Kane or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
and then, but did we get any juicy sound bites that were sort of akin to when they killed the
Died like a
he
dog.
died like a dog, Mohammed Al-Dir Baghdadi.
I
was
one
hoping for
thing.
that.
There was, I'll try to find it, but it was like, it was very dark, the darkest I've ever seen. There was no light.
One
When it came
thing
to shutting down everything.
One thing I noticed, and I'll play this for you later. It was so corny, but at one point he goes, there was a bunch of guys blocking the area, securing the area. Might have been 6, 7 of them, and one of the like armed forces guys in the background started laughing at the 6-7 reference, and I'm like, this is done. This is so toast. When he first came out, he was like reading off script, but I think he mixed it up. This is the Trump presser, I think.
We go down to court today to talk about this case is a scam. And all I can say is that I never met the woman.
No, this isn't it. This is a different thing. I'm sorry. I got to find the Trump press conference from Mar-a-Lago after this. That was about Jean Carroll or whatever.
I just sent it to you from Bloomberg.
Yeah. Thank you. All right. I'll grab this and bring it up in just a moment. But yeah, this is the YouTube video, perfect, of the thing. At first, he just started reading off a script. And
early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation
It's scripted
in
right
the
now.
capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming
Did he skip
American
the name?
military power, air, land, and sea, was used to launch a spectacular assault. And it was an assault like people have not seen since World War II.
He's so slow when he does this. He's not as exciting.
It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to justice. This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history.
So he's saying it's one of the most spectacular missions in American history, yada, yada, yada. He got looser at the end because it went to Q&A, and they were asking about stuff, and he was talking about, like, the oil and all the different things that were drawing U.S. interest into Venezuela. Maybe I can get to a little bit more of that as we roll on, and some of the aftermath that's happened here, which is pretty interesting stuff. But I did want to do it. It's time. Let's get in our first ever dispatch of 2026. Let's see what you guys have for us. That's right. We want to see what you got on your mind.
Who's it going to be?
You can join us. Well, here it is. First dispatch of 2026, everybody. Leave yours over on thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. Here's Shark Bait.
Oh, happy Monday, guys. Welcome back. Missed you. God, it's been a long couple weeks. But I have to say, I didn't really listen to the best ofs too much. But when I did, I died laughing. There was Sean Watson going through puberty, which was, it's always a pleasure to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And then my absolute favorite segment that I caught was about the penis being, I guess, added on to somebody, some kind of damage happened or something, and C-Lane goes, "It's a donor boner," and I'm still laughing. That was like a week ago. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Donor boner it up. Bye.
Thank you, Shark Bait. You see that? You kept him going with the donor boner.
Donor boner, man. It works every time.
They said it couldn't be done, but here he is just making it happen. We're going to get to some more of these. In fact, let's play one more now. Here's, this is
The story of a girl.
Big Daddy with a dispatch.
Hey, new junkies. Happy New Year.
Wait,
the Delta Force is a division called the Night Stalkers, Death Waits in the Dark.
Night Stalkers?
Special forces, fly with zero lights on, in and out. 30 seconds to any spot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even think about being in these guys' headspace. Like, this is so beyond anything I would ever be capable of doing.
You couldn't handle the waves rocking.
The waves on the
cruise
ship
line.
were too much. Yeah, I was like, if I had all the pressure of choppering in to a country and dealing with all of this, it's a lot, man. It's absolutely a lot.
You think Tiger Woods could still do it? He trained with a lot of those guys when he was going through that crisis.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Tiger Woods has it. I think he'd have been shot by the Venezuelans probably. But the guys who went in there are pretty amazing war machines, for God's sake. We'll get to more of you and your dispatches. Keep those coming over on thenewsjunkie.com. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I want to talk about somebody who made some big money on what happened in the last couple of days here and what that means. We got more announcements as 2026 rolls on for us. More details coming in about what happened at J.D. Vance's house because some crazy dude was arrested over there. And that's just the beginning of all of this. Plus, I want to talk to C-Lane about something that happened with Billy Joel in the last couple of days here, I believe. All right? We'll get to all of that and so much more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
What is everybody on that this is the look?
What do you mean, like the scrunchies around their legs?
Big old hair scrunchies, mom jeans. It's like just bad.
Man, you don't know what you're...
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
I'm getting all horny just thinking about it.
Okay.
You're listening to the Monsters in the Morning.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
That crash on Orange Blossom Trail at Land Street, that's been cleared up. Traffic's getting by pretty well now. That accident off to the shoulder on I-4 westbound near Osceola Parkway is not causing any problems. And it looks like traffic's getting by pretty well now on Lake Mary Boulevard near the interstate. Just look out for emergency crews still on the roadways. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Straight Talk Wireless. Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get rid.
Whoa!
New Year, and that mortgage guy Don
We're stuck over there.
for you. With over 250 five-star Google
Stand by.
reviews and reviews at experience.com, very safe to say that Don knows what he's doing. And I can say with full confidence.
Nice job, Creamy. Good recovery.
Chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table.
All right, we're back in just a couple of minutes, folks.
Review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the button that says compare, upload your quote, That Mortgage Guy Don will review it and let you know if it's any good. Simple as that. He's a mortgage broker.
We're excited to bring you Fritz on the Street on Thursday.
And your family. So get the process started
Thursday.
by going to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Fritz on the Street will be back on Thursday. Gonna be a rusty on that one, man. I forgot how to play. I forgot how to do the show, for God's sake. I told you about that damn Creamy. He's out of control. But I love him. This is your year, Sean. I can feel it. Oh, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I did a lot of work during the break. A lot. I got a lot of things set up for more videos for social media platforms. I actually kind of kicked that into neutral in November and December to get a bunch of the events done and after the roast and stuff, and spent a lot of time getting ready for that. So I'm excited to push that out to bring in more audience. There's a lot going on, I'll tell you what. Here's something true. I've got 6 months left on my contract. As far as I'm aware, I have 6 months left on my contract. I don't even know what that means. You know? I don't even know what's going to happen in the back half of this year on this show. You said 6 months last month? Well, I said 6 months when I wrapped everything up. Less than 6 months if we don't make a deal. Less than 6 months if we can't make a deal. Couple of minutes and we're back. Hands up in chat. Did anybody watch the new Dave Chappelle comedy special on Netflix over the break? Yes or no? Did anybody watch the Dave Chappelle stand-up? Didn't know about it. Sean ain't going nowhere? I don't know about that. BDMX Con says Chappelle was funny. To me, I feel like Chappelle constantly is trying to keep his fan base together. So, like, he'll do some stuff that people on the right like, and then people on the left get mad at him, so he'll throw some red meat to the people on the left so they're not mad at him anymore. And they go, back over here. Like, back up. This is basically Dave Chappelle, you know? He's like, we got to try to keep everybody happy. His comment about Saudi Arabia killing a journalist, and then he says, meanwhile, Israel. I thought his argument that almost landed but didn't. Almost landed but didn't. That was pretty interesting. Was he said, everybody was coming at me for performing in Saudi Arabia. And they did. A lot of these people came after these comedians. He was talking about how much money he made from Dave Chappelle from performing in Saudi Arabia. And he said, they don't have freedom of speech over here. And then he brought up how you had, a lot of situations in the U.S., right, where there were free speech issues. Certainly people getting canceled for saying stuff. Charlie Kirk, he brought up, getting shot. It's an interesting connection, although in one case you have Saudi Arabia, it's the government suppressing free speech. In the other case, in the United States of America, you have extremists online and off trying to suppress free speech. So they were different, but he connected some interesting dots. His story about the boxer was pretty interesting. The first half was good. I did a review on it over on thenewsjunkie.com on See It Now. The second half sucked. 90 seconds and we're back live. I heard you were being replaced by a polka band? Possibly. It's not out of the cards. All right? It's not out of the cards just yet. Dave Chappelle was had a few good moments. That's what I thought. The first is an hour long or so. First half had me laughing. Good. Second half, way softer. It was more stories and like some political stuff. All right, we're coming back.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
New year, new goals. And in this economy, a better money plan is more necessary than ever. I am Matt. And I'm Joel. We are from the How to Money podcast, and every week we help you to spend smarter, save more, and to make sense of what's going on out there.
If you want 2026 to be the year you finally feel in control of your money, we're here to give you the tools and advice to help you make it happen. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and listen now.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row.
An exciting one. And we're just happy to have you on board with the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. Some emails rolling in. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Paul emails the show. Sean, Sabrina, and C-Lane. Other than hearing you guys this afternoon, Fritz on the Street coming back is the best news, says Paul from Palm City. I can't wait to hear that again. Great to hear you guys, and here's to another great year. Happy New Year, Paul from Palm City.
Now I can't wait till all the creative ways people try to get us to play for them to come back.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot about all this stuff.
All the bribery and
they're sending us money,
ass kissery.
Yeah, that'll all come back, I'm sure. We'll see. I'm excited for that.
Offers
too.
of drugs.
It's going to be moved over to Thursday, but Fritz on the Street is back this year. And Mike emails the show. Mike says, for a number of years, I played in an original blues band called Blues Dragon with an incredibly talented keyboard player and singer. He went on to form a group called the Billy Joel tribute band Turnstiles. Very successful. They played Madison Square Garden opening for Vampire Weekend. Huh. This
They
last
opened
Friday
for Vampire Weekend?
That's what he said. Yeah. Billy Joel tribute band opening for Vampire Weekend. That's an interesting choice, huh? He said this last Friday they were doing a show in Wellington, and who showed up to sit in with them but Billy Joel? How cool is that? Says Mike. And I know you were surprised by this. Ceiling's a big Billy Joel fan. Billy Joel, he has got a place out there, I think, in Wellington, Florida.
Yeah, I don't think he spends as much time in New York as he used to, but I don't know also where he's having his treatment for the brain condition that he had that was the reason they canceled a lot of the dates last year.
Right, yeah. And did he, you saw the video of him playing with this tribute band. He just jumps up on stage and it's like, oh my God, it's Billy Joel playing with the band.
I haven't seen the whole video, mostly because I was just been like busy in the couple days following it and forgot to like watch it. I'm kind of curious about how everything would have went down, because if he just showed up to this tribute band concert and they were like, because the part of the video I did see was like, hey, if you guys want to see real Billy Joel, shout, Billy, and I'm like, if they did that without, kind of getting a nod from him or something, or hearing from his people ahead of time, it's a little bit of a dick move.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before, where somebody famous is in the crowd, and they're like, hey,
don't make me sing, come on.
Do the thing you do. Here it is. Let's see.
I got it.
Oh, we didn't start the fire.
Oh, and he hates the song.
Yeah.
The son of a bitch. The one song I didn't want to do.
He's going along, though. He says,
I hear he screws up some of the words.
It says, I went to a Billy Joel tribute show tonight, and the real guy showed up. That's one way to say it.
I mean,
you're the real guy.
That's 1 in a million if you're going to a tribute show. Like, I think people shouldn't expect to see Billy Joel at a tribute show.
They will now.
No. Now every time this band plays, they're like, okay, come on, bring him up.
Billy here, aw.
He's done this once before in New York or somewhere around New York State. The guy that tours with him that plays acoustic guitar and is a backup singer, that guy has his own Billy Joel tribute act. That's how he got into the band. Like, he ended up meeting the band members. Billy had taken some years off, and so he ended up hiring some of the guys that really played with him to make his show more authentic, And little by little worked himself into that's his main gig now. He still has the side band, but he's in Billy Joel's band. And so Billy came up and played some songs with him. This was the first time that anybody has seen him on stage since his diagnosis and canceling all those dates.
Though, right?
He had a cane.
Did he? Oh.
Yeah.
I want to see if he sings this. It's a long intro. I want to see if he's nailing the lyrics.
This sounds good.
Goodish.
All right.
Now, Celine, you've seen him a bunch. Is this the way he performs typically, or has he had more energy in the past?
More energy.
This song, he would normally be on an electric guitar and then doing more energy.
Strike one, Billy.
That's another thing. You have the Billy Joel tribute band.
Yeah.
You get a chance to play with Billy Joel. I saw the video of him walking up. He walks up. He's got his daughters with him. And he's like, these are my daughters. And everybody cheers. And then he gets down and he's like, what song are we doing? And they're like whispering with him or talking, or maybe they're showing him a set list or something. And then they get to We Didn't Start the Fire. I'm like, you have all of the chances to play whatever Billy Joel song you want to with Billy Joel, and you went with the one that he hates.
True. Yeah.
And you went with the one with the most words After him getting through a brain condition.
Yeah, like, hey, let's see if he's doing okay. Let's throw him into the ringer right now, where he's got more lyrics per song than any other song I think that he has out there. It was okay, though, right? It was okay, considering all the things that were going on there. I don't think it was the worst thing that I've ever heard. Let us know what you thought. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. The woman who is the current, I don't know, I guess de facto leader of Venezuela after the ouster of Maduro. He's busy with a court case in New York City at the moment. Delcy Rodriguez was the vice president, and she said this. She's changing her tune a little bit here. At first, it was like, hey, they need to bring Maduro back. Like, that's going to happen. You know, bring him back. This was a kidnapping. And now the tone has kind of changed a little bit. She says, a message from Venezuela to the world and to the United States. Venezuela reaffirms its commitment to peace and peaceful coexistence. Our country aspires to live without external threats and in an environment of respect and international cooperation. We believe that global peace is built by first guaranteeing peace within each nation. This is all like boilerplate stuff. We prioritize moving towards balance and respectful international relations between the United States and Venezuela, and between Venezuela and other countries in the region.
Oh my gosh, this reads like your social media person just tweeted the N-word by mistake, and you're putting out a statement about it. Like, get to the
what it reads like?
Get to the juice.
It reads like it's in English. It reads like this is the message you put out to English speakers, and then to people who speak Spanish, you're like, we're not going to take this crap. We invite the U.S. government to collaborate with us on an agenda of cooperation oriented towards shared development within the framework of international law to strengthen lasting community coexistence. I mean, I don't even know what that means. President Donald Trump, our peoples and our region deserve peace and dialogue, not war. This has always been President Maduro's message, has it? And this is the message of all Venezuela right now. So people are asking, like, how do actual Venezuelans feel about what happened here? From what I can gather, it seems like there are more people in Venezuela who are happy about this than are upset. They might not like Trump. They might not know exactly what outcome is going to happen next. But this guy was an election-stealing, brutal dictator. You want to talk about no kings and stuff. Like, this guy was the guy. This guy wouldn't leave office, even though he lost an election handily. He armed all the people around him. He took over all the institutions in Venezuela. The people were screwed. You know, Venezuela is a very interesting place. You know, they've got a lot of problems. It's a very poor country in a lot of ways. But they do have oil reserves, so they should be a lot more wealthy than they are. The people, the poorest people of Venezuela. And Maduro went in there and screwed everything up with their oil program and has embezzled a lot of the money involved in that. Has also been involved, you know, pretty clearly with a lot of the gangs and the drugs that move through South America and Central America as well. And this guy thought he was never going to get got. He thought nobody's going to bother me. I'm here and I'm protected and they can't get at me. And there was a warrant for the arrest of Maduro in the United States of America. The way apparently, I mean, we'll talk to Moses about this maybe this week, but the way U.S. law works is if somebody is wanted, you have a warrant for them, they don't usually question how that person was apprehended. So if C-Lane is in, let's say he's in Venezuela, and C-Lane's,
hola, mi amigos.
He's wanted by the U.S. government.
Libre, am I right?
All right. And while I was in the Dominican Republic over break, I made the 800-mile or so swim to Venezuela, right? Pretty close to Venezuela. And I swam over there, and then I grabbed C-Lane, and then I brought him back to the United States of America. They would still prosecute him because U.S. law tends to turn a blind eye onto how the person got there if there was a warrant for the arrest of the person to begin with.
Is that why people like Dog the Bounty Hunter exist?
Bingo. Yeah, that's why he was able to, even though he got in trouble in Mexico, that's why he was trying to go into Mexico to get this scumbag, who is it, Andrew Max Factor guy. He was trying to apprehend, this, the guy who was the heir to the Max Factor fortune who drugged and raped a whole bunch of women.
Luster?
He was going, maybe? Yeah, it might be it. And he went to Mexico to try to get him. He was caught in Mexico. Now, you can't do that in Mexico. But if he would have grabbed him and crossed the border, you would have been fine. The U.S. goes, all right, we've got a warrant for this person. So we will proceed with the prosecution. And that's how I would expect this to proceed in the United States. But they said, or this new woman who's in charge, kind of, says Venezuela has the right to peace, development, sovereignty, and a future. She's not pounding her chest anymore. It's not like you better give them back. It's not like she was saying to the first couple of rounds of reporters that were coming up to her. So
she says she's acting president.
That's what I think she's doing, because she was the vice president for Maduro. Now he's gone. And then,
didn't Trump say that we were going to run Venezuela for a bit?
Yeah, Trump said at the press conference the U.S. is going to run Venezuela, but they've said that the way they're going to run Venezuela is through an oil blockade, meaning that the Venezuelans will have to, I guess, have a free and fair election and put somebody new in charge. And if they don't, then they will be even more poor than they are now, because they won't be able to engage in any selling of the oil. It's unclear as to what the exact plan on that is. I don't know that. I mean, I would hope somebody knew it was going to be before they went in there and grabbed this guy, but you never know. It's all very, very fresh and kind of happening now. And so that's why we'll be watching it this week and see what the hell is next. And Trump might be invigorated by this. Here he is talking about other countries.
We have a very sick neighbor. It's not a neighbor, but it's close to a neighbor. And that's Venezuela. It's very sick.
He's on Air Force One.
Colombia is very sick, too. Run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States. And he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long?
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the
mills.
It sounds good to me.
Like puppy mills.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
They said, so there'll be a mission to get the president of Colombia? And he said, sounds good to me. Obviously, trying to shake up the world order. And do not miss this point for a second. Trump absolutely did that. Absolutely. Immediately after this happened in Venezuela, they had an emergency meeting in Iran, and Iran was like, whoa, this, they
in the
mean
past,
business.
they all kind of talk to each other about stuff. At least they're,
in the past, they weren't scared. I think in recent past, they weren't scared of the United States of America. I think this sent a shiver down a lot of these world leaders' spines. Like, I could be next, hauled away by the otters in the middle of the night, for God's sake. So give us your thoughts on this.
I like that you're really running with this otter stuff.
I might as well, right? I might as well.
You fell for it.
I believed it in the moment, so why not just keep going with it at this point? Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got jury duty, some big bombshells there. We got a lot more to open up before we close things down today, and some more announcements. Plus, somebody who made over $1 million in the most unhinged way I've ever heard, right? Somebody who made over $1 million. I don't know where they're from, but we'll talk about what they did to make themselves a millionaire. Plus, a celebrity that has been outed by a blind item. They said that this person, even though you might love them, this person was very fond of the young girls. I had not heard this about this celebrity. Who was it? That as well is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Sure, AI can mimic emotions, but it'll never understand the primal rage of spilling hot coffee on yourself while on air. Real Radio 104.1. Guaranteed human.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Discover.
It is Black Monday in the NFL when coaches of struggling teams get pink slipped. The Raiders, Browns, Falcons, and Cardinals have already fired their bosses. UCF football appears to have their next quarterback, James Madison transfer Alonzo Barnett III, committed to the Knights on Sunday. And a Magic, they'll begin a 2-game road trip that starts tomorrow night in Washington. Orlando's alternated wins and losses over their last 9 games. I'm Scott Davidson.
Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places to take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
New Year, New You isn't about changing who you are. It's about showing up sharper and more confident. That's why I go to Hammer & Nails Grooming for Guys. It's more than just your basic barber shop. It's total man care. Haircut, beard, hot towel with a cocktail in your hand, and they're waiting for you. With locations across Central Florida, they're offering a New Year reset. That's a complimentary signature upgrade on your first visit. Just mention my name, C. Lane, and Real Radio 104.1, and book at hammerandnailsgrooming.com. Hammer & Nails, come as you are, leave as you want to be.
Hey,
Orlando. Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. Right now, trade values vary by thousands of dollars from one dealer to the next. But at Greenway Kia, over 40 dealerships compete to buy your trade. And that competition could put up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value in your pocket. Your trade could be worth more than you think. See for yourself at greenwaykias.com or visit one of our 3 metro area locations today. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Negative equity refinanced expires 1/5/26.
Well, again, creamy. Yep. Welcome to Skull Mike. We're on break. We'll be back momentarily live on the show. Glad to have you on board. Big news coming for you in 2026. A lot of twists and turns on the show as this year progresses. A lot happening behind the scenes. Did you guys see the story about this guy who died at the, I think it was in the McDonald's drive-thru? Did you guys see this? Well, I'll have to bring this up after jury duty, I think. There was a guy who was going around the McDonald's drive-thru, and I think he opened his door, and then through some horrible accident ended up hitting the gas and pinning himself while hitting the gas up against the McDonald's, and he died in the drive-thru. This guy. One of the more bizarre stories of the day. What a freak accident. You're just going through the drive-thru at McDonald's and you end up dying inside your vehicle. That is very strange. 2 minutes and we're back live. He was waiting for the flurry machine that didn't get fixed? Maybe. Creamy is still hungover and not performing at the top of his game today? Ain't that the truth? This little guy goes over to Viva la Mexico and comes back. He's still drunk. I'm pretty sure Creamy's still drunk at the moment. Did you see the story about the lady who fell off a motorcycle and hit a guardrail after she fell asleep? I did not. That young actor from the new Star Trek movies got run over by his own Jeep while checking his mail, got pinned against the garage. It's those freak accidents like that. So bizarre. Frightening.
He took ZzzQuil Pure Z's, so now he's sleeping soundly on a Sunday. ZzzQuil Pure Z's.
I don't know how many of you have seen this. Was it Even Stevens? No, Ned's Declassified. That was a big story during the break. The young kid actor from Ned's Declassified on Nickelodeon came out that he was living on the streets, addicted to drugs. And then one of his co-stars went out and tried to hang out with him and get him help. And then it just continued to fall into the world of addiction over and over and over. That's been a wild ride as well. All right, we're coming back right now. Jury duty, then we'll get into the final hour of the show. We'll see how much we can work in.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day.
All right, here we go.
ETHOS. Ethos.com/Mike.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
This is the News Junkie, and you're in the world's most viral newsroom. Let's have some fun together as we see what's happening in the world every single day. Learn more at thenewsjunkie.com. Jury duty on the way in just a bit. Did you guys see anything during the break? I don't know if either of you will connect with this really, but did you see any of the stories about that child actor from the Nickelodeon show Ned's Declassified?
It was strange, man.
Such a wild ride that some people will understand and some people just won't at all. But
I didn't watch the show, but I recognized him, I guess, from the images of when he was a child.
It was a big show when Dylan was a kid. So, I used to get him from school. We used to come home and watch Disney or Nickelodeon. And Ned's Declassified, it was this show about like the tips for getting through school and, how to survive being bullied. And it was like a comedy show about school life for young kids. And he was the star of it. And then there's this whole like cast of kids around him. And at some point in time, he got hooked on drugs. And people were saying, oh, my God, have you seen this kid? He went from famous Nickelodeon star to drug addict. And there he is out on the streets, and he looks like a straight up hobo. Like he was a mess. I don't know if I can play the audio on this, but they find him out on the streets, and he just looks, he looks like there's a disaster going on in his life. And when they find him and this video goes viral, it's like, whoa, POV, you run into a former child star. And like, I remember you. And the video goes viral, and everybody wants to help him. And they started GoFundMe and stuff. And people said no. His family said no. His family was like, no, until he wants to get help with his addiction, don't give him money. You'll literally kill him. And then some of his co-stars from this show he was on Nickelodeon, they go, well, let me try to help him out. And they'd go and pick him up, and they go out to take him out to lunch to get him something to eat. And then one of them set him up at a hotel room so he could have a place to stay the night. And this Nickelodeon child star who was addicted to drugs destroyed the hotel room, apparently, in like a drug-induced stupor. And then they checked him in eventually. They're like, good news, we're checking him into a rehab. This probably sounds familiar to a lot of you.
He destroyed the rehab?
Well, he went to rehab for like 2 days and then checked himself out and went right back to the same stuff, living on the streets, doing the drugs. And this is a wake-up call for a lot of people.
What is this guy's name?
I don't remember his actual name.
Is it Devin Werkheiser?
He's from
Devon Werkheiser?
No, Taylor Chase.
Oh,
is his name. Taylor Chase from.
I was going to say, like, this guy doesn't look. This guy's still working.
Yeah, his mom stopped the GoFundMe at $1,200 because she said, no, you're going to kill him with this money. And this is what a lot of people do this stuff with homelessness too. If you look at somebody, well, he's homeless in this case. You look at somebody on the streets, you go, damn. The man got him. The system crushed him. That's what's happening here. All we need to do is help this person out a little bit, and they'll be back on their feet. This is a fundamentally flawed idea that is at the forefront of how people deal with mental illness, homelessness, and addiction. It is fundamentally flawed because sometimes people keep choosing the drugs. They choose the drugs over and over and over again. And then you have to have the family say, no, what are you guys doing? You think you're helping here. You're not. You're making things worse. So today, he's still in the streets, still doing drugs, got out of the rehab. Everybody in the world trying to help him. Only person that can help him is himself. And until he wants to turn that corner and make that change, there's nothing anybody can do.
He's been doing this for a minute, it seems, and you're now just noticing.
Yeah,
I saw his like co-star, another dude. It's like the big headline is like he's going out there to help him. And I just can't stand that there has a camera behind him. Like, if you're going to go help him, you don't have to have it on social media if you really care about the person, unless, like, what? You want to make the headlines now? It didn't help. Even with the cameras behind you, he's still in the same spot.
Yeah, no, I agree. It is kind of funny that people are like, I really care about him. And to show you how much I care, I'm going to film our entire interaction and post it on my TikTok account.
I'm going to show me giving my card to the hotel manager so he could deal with it, no cameras.
Yeah, guys, if you're going to do something good, you don't have to film it, You could just kind of do the
point then,
thing.
Sean?
You don't have to put everything up on the social media.
You know who else is reaching out, offering to steer this guy in the right direction?
Who?
Goldberg from the Mighty Ducks.
Oh, really?
Shaun Weiss.
That's a good person to get involved and talk to this guy. He turned his life around. He was able to do it. That guy was 100%. And shouts out to him. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session.
So put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass.
You're now on jury duty. with the News Junkie.
Jury Duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. If you've been in an accident, there's lots of attorneys out there. You're not shocked to hear that. But the important piece of information is that among those attorneys, there's a guy that you know, that you've heard on the show, named Mo DeWitt, that's going to fight for you against the greedy insurance companies. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. One of the big questions going viral, 25 million views over the break. This woman is one of many to ask the question, is this legal? Right? Is this legal? We'll ask ourselves today the very same question. Here she is. This was her original photo posted on social media. So a young woman in a dress with a flag, a British flag, it looks like, around her shoulders. She's at some sort of event there.
She's wearing one on her head as well.
Oh, is that? Yeah, she got like a
bandana,
like a headband with little British flags on it, and then she's got a blue dress and a British flag around her. But now, over on X/Twitter, on the platform, people have been taken to, if you post a photo, they say, "Hey Grok," that's the AI on the platform. "Hey, put this person in a bikini," or worse, and people are like, "Hey, is this legal for you to do this?" So this woman is like, are people allowed to do it? Anybody who posts a photo, the trend now is like if C-Lane posted a photo, 2 thumbs up, the comment would be like, at Grok, put this guy in a bikini right now.
Cool.
And they would
Grok
put
is down
you
to
in a bikini.
We'll do whatever. Because I remember when Sora 2 came out, I was trying to name some people. I think I tried to make a video with Richard Gere, and like, this is against the terms. They didn't create an account and allow it to be public. Therefore, that's part of our rules.
Not no mo. No, yeah. I mean, now you can do whatever. Like somebody says,
in a bikini.
"Hey Grok, make her Shrek," and then Grok makes her Shrek.
Barely.
It's not a very effective Shrek.
Barely made it a Shrek.
Redo. Just got to put Shrek's head on top of her. Change her flag to the American flag. That was something that people did. I'm trying to be careful. Oh, here. Take her outfit and replace it with just clear tape. Like, and can these AIs take your image and do this stuff? Is a question that a lot of people are asking. Put that on the list for Mo, C-Lane, and we'll see if people have any sort of claim against the AI. I guess
I know that
their argument is that you're posting the photo on the platform and then that leaves you open, I guess.
I know that there's claim specifically if the photos turn pornographic. Mm-hmm. Like there are laws about that.
If they take your photo and then fake turn it into something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So is that like revenge?
No, it's not. It's more of a deep fake than a revenge porn. But I think that recently there was a law put on the books. I don't know if it was just Florida or if it was more broad that said using AI or just creating a pornographic image of a person that is recognizable. Right. Not like a celebrity, but like just a person.
Like, yeah, it'd be really weird if celebrities had some level of protection that the rest of us didn't have. Just regular ass people should have the same kind of protections.
When it comes to stalkers.
Yeah,
they'll get a restraining order real quick.
But maybe if you're not doing it nude, then you're not violating something. And maybe them uploading the photo to the platform gives away some rights. We'll talk to Moses about this later on this week. Kurt on YouTube says, this is not new. It's just more widely known that Grok will do it. It's just a lot easier. Photoshopping this stuff was a thing a long time ago. Sure, but the great gatekeeper there was Photoshop takes ability and skill that you have to learn and invest in to be able to do anything like this.
I paid for a college course for Photoshop.
Yeah, it takes time and money and effort and talent and skill. It doesn't take any of that to hit at on a social media platform and say like, hey, take off the clothes of this person. Anybody can do it now. All right, we got more and more of your emails and dispatches rolling through. Don't forget, when we come back, it's Rate My Blank because it's Monday. Today, Rate My View. All right, we want to see where you are and what you're looking at today.
I like it.
Rate My View. Show us your view. And so you're not taking some beautiful photo of the Alps and stealing it. Do like a little sign. Do like the OK sign with your fingers or something.
I thought we canceled that sign.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can.
They brought it back. Yeah, it's we're normalizing the normal thing. Just you do like a OK, like the thing you put on your crotch when you try to get people to look at it. So we know you're not stealing somebody's beautiful photo. Rate My View is the Rate My Blank for this Monday. Send yours through as a photo dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll crown a winner in the final hour of the show. That and much more coming up next on The News Junkie.
It's like a text message with your voice. The TalkBack feature on the free iHeartRadio app. Follow Real Radio 104.1, tap the microphone, and speak.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's some ongoing construction slowing things down on I-4 eastbound before that US 27 exit. Traffic's backed up a bit there. There's a crash on US 27 at Golden Eagle Boulevard affecting northbound and southbound lanes. And look out for a crash getting cleared up on the ramp from I-4 to Florida's Turnpike southbound.
Sponsored by Red Bull America. Why haven't you listened to Red Bull America? I get it. You must have pronouns in your bio. Because if you don't, then you should be listening to Red Pill America. It's a storytelling show for patriots. Listen to Red Pill America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pill America.
Jack here. Now I'm using Biome to understand my body better. Biome is an easy, at-home gut health test. No lab visit, no doctor's office. I sent away the test, and a short time later, I had my
Scope mic activated. We're in a commercial break. We'll be back live on the show in just a couple of minutes. We chat. We get wild in the meantime on Skull Mike with Creamy the cameraman. And I do want to ask you this question. Have you been following the change of the guard in New York? Mom Donnie is now the mayor of New York City. Which I love that he said, after he heard about the Venezuelan military action, Mom Donnie said, I've been briefed and I've registered my disappointment with the White House. He says, I've been briefed on this and I've registered my disappointment. Sir, you are the mayor of New York City. You don't even have control over the courts level of this because it's in a federal court. You're not, Mom Donnie, you're not going to be involved in this. I feel like that's what politicians do, though. They're like, I've registered my displeasure. I've registered my displeasure. I do that after the show every day. I call Jack Bradshaw. I'm like, I would like to register my displeasure on multiple issues right now. Hey to all the familiar names over on chat. Hello to everybody. I do want to say something here while we have a moment. Okay? Just you and me. We got a moment. Let's get this out there. YouTube and Twitch. I say this to both of you in 2026. If you have anything that you think would make the streaming experience better, whether it's new emotes, whether it's commands, whether it's anything from Nightbot, whether it's, who knows, whatever it is that you think, somebody that should be banned, somebody that should be unbanned, whatever you think would make the platform better and help out for 2026, now is the time to reach out, tips@thenewsjunkie.com, and just put in the subject YouTube or Twitch, and then just tell me what you would like to see, what changes, what updates, upgrades, etc., etc. Twitch is dead, let's move the kick. Nicole says the whole mess from Saturday is going to come back and bite USA in the ass. I don't know, is it? Pretty successful, right? I mean, it's pretty successful so far. We'll see where things go. Now, if they can pressure the Venezuelan government with no boots on the ground to have a free and fair election within 90 days, 120 days, and let the Venezuelans take hold of their future, does anybody think that this wouldn't be for the good? Is there anybody who wouldn't support that? We grab Maduro, we get him out of there, the guy who stole the election, the dictator, this bad narco-terrorist guy is out. And then the Venezuelans are able to have a free and fair election. Nobody else was going to do this. Right? I can't think of anybody else that would have done this. if that's the outcome we see, wouldn't that be good? Would you think that would be a good thing? 90 seconds and we're back. What if they reelect him? Well, they won't. He's incredibly unpopular. Yeah, Maduro would not be reelected. This did not make him any more popular with the United States of America. Despite efforts of people to use things like imperialism and all the language and stuff, it's not going to work. The people of Venezuela were over Maduro. They wanted him out of office. They couldn't do it themselves because you can't get guns with any ease. They're outgunned. They literally run them over with tanks if they try to protest. They were screwed. Well, now they got at least some hope if they can get those free and fair elections. I happen to think that would be great. I salute them. One of the most insane stories during the break when we come back in just 30 seconds. All right?
Acting melatonin gummies with a complimentary botanical blend to help Mike get the sleep he needs to wake up refreshed and ready to conquer Monday.
Let's do this Monday.
ZzzQuil Pure Z's, just for sleep. Really great sleep. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human. Three best friends diving into the deep end of internet culture. This
I certainly have today. And in a moment, we'll also get to one of the most shocking stories of the break that really deserves a little bit of our attention. That's coming up in just a moment. This morning when I woke up, I noticed something because I go to all of these websites to prepare for the show, to gather everything viral and kind of bring it to you here each day so we can have some fun, laugh at the funny stuff, and just kind of see what's happening out there on planet Earth. That's the point of the show. We get you viral before everybody else does. And as I'm doing this, so many websites today had the thing where if you have an ad blocker on, you can't view anything on the domain. Like it's not like if you go to the homepage, you're fine, and then you click a story, and on the story page they go, "You have an ad blocker. Please disable it."
That's how we pay our bills. Come on.
Yeah, they have like a little message about why you should support them and stuff. Now today, it seems like a coordinated effort. All of these websites have full-on lockdowns going on. And if you have any of the ad blockers, they're saying, well, we're not going to let you on the website at all. Like, we are just shutting the door in your face at the beginning of 2026 unless you get rid of your ad blocker on our domain right now. I mean, I'm serious. That must have been 15 to 20 major news websites when I woke up today that were doing that.
You can't even see the damn story on some of these websites because of how many ads. And on top of it, the ad blocker also stops other things like invasive cookies and third-party data that will be sold. But yeah, just support that small company.
No, too bad. They don't care.
I always forget, like sometimes if I'm on my phone and I go to a website that I go to a lot on my laptop, and I go, oh man, I didn't realize how many ads are on this website because I'm used to seeing it ad-free.
Yeah.
And one of them is TMZ. Mm-hmm. Like I was on TMZ the other day and I was following some link looking for something going on. And I was like, oh, this website is actually quite annoying to deal with when I don't have the ad blocker on, you can't, it's hard to ad block on your phone.
They never asked themselves why we had the ad blockers to begin with. They never said like, hey, why is it that all these people have done this? Maybe we should change something here. They only
Any recipe site is also just
bad,
a pain in the ass.
Absolutely, yeah. So I've seen a lot of that today. Maybe you have as well. Let us know if you're witnessing the ad blocker apocalypse that's happening out there today. One of the big stories that was so disturbing to me during the break was, I believe this happened on New Year's Eve in Switzerland, where the club caught on fire.
Oh my God!
Jesus, man,
that was terrible. And the first clips I was saying was, no one moving. Look how cool the ceiling looks on fire.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking at right now. This is inside this club. There's a club in Switzerland called Les Constellations, and this club was full of people, young people partying. And if you've ever seen in Vegas, if somebody's birthday is going on, they have those little things. Yeah,
Congratulations, Steve.
Can you put it on top of anything, or is it just like a champagne bottle?
They're
or
like cold sparklers.
Yeah, and you bring them out, and they're
not that cold though.
They're not according to this. And they had these in this bar, and the people were partying with them, and then the roof caught on fire. And the most unhinged thing is, as the roof is on fire, all of these people are dancing and videotaping the roof on fire. Like,
honestly, it kind of looks like it's on purpose. The way that the flames are, it's like, oh,
looks
wow,
like an
this
effect.
is a new club thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's so weird, though. Like, I would think if I saw the club was on fire, I'd run out. Keep in mind, can you guys look this up? How many people died here?
I saw like 40. But...
A bunch of people died because they were inside this club and it caught on fire. And as it caught on fire, they're like, oh, yeah. They're partying. Like, this is crazy. And then just
100 people. No.
100 people.
That's the station. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, 40 people died. 119 were injured.
119 injured. 40 human beings died. Probably some of the people in this video.
Teens to mid-20s was most of the victims.
And when they saw that the club had been lit on fire, their first reaction was to pull out their cell phones and videotape it and party. That was their first reaction. And then all of a sudden, things become serious. And I think it's because for a lot of us, the world has been pretty easy. The world has been pretty easy to deal with. Like, you look at everything around you almost as content now. In 2026, we're all, at least in the Western world, we're all pretty well off. We're all doing okay. With all the complaints we have, we're still living a life much easier than somebody 25 years ago, 50 years ago, 75 years ago. Maybe it's harder to buy a house or buy a car, but generally speaking, it's easier to live life these days than it was back then. And I think that the healthy fear that so many people have is kind of washed away, and you're just like, whoa, this is crazy. And they didn't realize, or there's no way they didn't care. They didn't realize that their lives were in danger. And then everybody tries to squeeze out of this club all at once, and then it's a catastrophe. And that's how their new year starts. It's just so crazy to me to think about that happening, and these poor people afterwards, what occurred. So yeah, that was one of the big stories that broke over the holiday break there. And those people, many of them started out their new year with very, very serious injuries, and 40 of them ended up dying. The other thing this is always real interesting to me, but the other thing on the ouster of Maduro from Venezuela and grabbing him in the middle of the night and sacking him and his wife, there just so happened to be somebody who placed a bet on New Year's Eve for $1,238 that Maduro would be removed from office by the end of January.
Interesting.
So this person's like, I don't have any insider info, cracks knuckles, but let me bet $1,238.
Where did they place the bet?
On Polymarket, and they won $400,000.
Jeez.
At the last minute.
The odds of that, man.
Like, this must have been somebody who was like tracking what was going on here and said, hey, I heard something. And they put $1,238, which is such a random number, $1,238.34 on New Year's Eve. Hey, I just think that maybe the leader of Venezuela is going to get ousted from office. Does it on Polymarket, wins $400,000. The account started adding to its position over the next few days, including multiple bets of $6,000 or more. There was an $85 bet mixed in there for good measure. All in all, the account bet $32,538.34 and redeemed almost $500,000 on Saturday morning.
Okay,
hours
so
after
he
Trump
put up
announced
more
the US
than
military.
more than 1268.
That was the first amount, I guess. Well, he did $1,238 on New Year's Eve. Then he started building for the next couple of days on that. Multiple bets of $6,000 or more, $85 bet as well. All in, $35,000 bet on this. Whoever spent $32,000, whoever spent $32,000 on this bet. I mean, come on. Is there any way they didn't know what was going on? Like,
I mean, he's the one who gave the whole layout of the house.
I know the New York Times and the Washington Post said, hey, we were alerted of this beforehand. We didn't want to report on it because we didn't want to put U.S. soldiers in harm's way. Maybe the journalist, maybe somebody in the White House who's like part of the administration.
Or, somebody had to build that replica of Maduro's house.
Yeah. It's like the construction people are like, why are they?
Also, does that go on the market? And do you have to say what it was used for prior to that?
I'm not sure. We've got to put it up for sale somewhere. A newly created Polymarket account invested over $30,000 in Maduro's exit. The U.S. then took Maduro into custody overnight. The trader profited $400,000. This is from a Twitter post on this. In less than 24 hours, insider trading is not only allowed in prediction markets, it's encouraged, says this person. So they made a whole bunch of money. The idea that came from nowhere, I don't know.
There's another one unrelated to Venezuela or capturing of presidents. Some guy got, I think, more than 400,000. Dare I say, close to $1 million for two dudes kissing during the New Year's Eve broadcast.
Oh, I saw that. Was that real? It was a streamer who had bet that when they did the New Year's Eve thing in Times Square, that they were going to show two dudes kissing each other as part of the camera reaction package.
Like while they do New York, New York.
Yeah. Or no, Auld Lang Syne, right?
Well, first they do Auld Lang Syne and then New York, New York.
Yeah, they're showing the people in. I forgot which streamer it was. One of the streamers was doing this, and he bet a significant amount of money on it, or so he said. You never know what's what. All right, well, we did Rate My View, and a lot of people have sent in their entries in this, and we'll crown a winner. I've got a whole bunch of them we can go through. Some of you got some pretty gorgeous views where you are today. Keep those coming. It's Rate My View is the Rate My Blank challenge for you today. All you have to do is take a photograph or a video, whatever you want, and submit it as a dispatch on thenewsjunkie.com. Just show us what's in front of you. What are you looking at as we get 2026 started? We'll pick our favorite of them, and we'll give you a prize. And that, as well as many other things, including, I teased this earlier, some person made over $1 million in the most unhinged way. It's not betting on any of this stuff we've been talking about. Something totally different. But you should have done this a long time ago, and that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
I was mistaken on my last report. I thought it was construction. It's just an accident off to the shoulder, slowing things down on I-4 eastbound before US 27. We got emergency crews on the roadways. There's a crash, slowing things down northbound and southbound on US 27 at Golden Eagle Boulevard. Look out for emergency crews on the roadways there as well. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
Whether you're new to nursing or looking to advance your degree, Rasmussen University offers a range of programs to help you answer the call for nurses. Because when you're ready to care for others, we're ready to help you get there. Learn more at rasmussen.edu.
Accidents don't wait, so why should you? I'm Mo DeWitt, your local Orlando injury attorney. When accidents happen, you shouldn't have to wait until Monday. We are here to answer the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And yes, they'll even get me on the line for you if you need me. Injured on the go, there's only one number you need to know. 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MOE. Or just Google us, Just call Mo.
Jack here, and I'm using Viome to understand my body better. Viome is an easy, at-home gut health test. No lab visit, no doctor's office. I sent away the test, and a short time later, I had my personalized results that blew me away. The test shows what is happening inside my body right now. This is science-backed guidance showing me what foods I should be eating, what foods I should avoid, and what is a superfood for my body. They also recommend custom-formulated supplements and biotics made uniquely for me. You can do it too. Get started at Viome.com. That's V as in Victor, I-O-M-E, Viome.com.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here for Greenway Kia. As the year winds down, here's something to remember. Kia sells more vehicles in Central Florida than any brand except one. So
Stand by, folks. Stand by. It's going like activated. Tim Walz, with his dropping out of his re-election campaign to be governor of Minnesota for a third term, has said Minnesota has to come first always. Well, that's like America first, but Minnesota version. Today, I'm proud of the work we've done to make Minnesota the best place to live and raise kids. I've decided to step out of the race and let others worry about the election while I focus on the work, says Governor Tim Walz. Very interesting. Sealine said the streamer who won money for the gay kiss during the New Year's Eve broadcast I think he won $200,000, but he bet $100,000. So it was a pretty surefire bet. It was like a lock almost that they were going to show a gay couple making out for New Year's Eve. Eric says, while he focuses on his defense is more like it. I think the results of the fraud investigation in Minnesota would have probably been, when that finally comes out, pretty career-ending. I think people have turned a blind eye in order to be empathetic to these Somalian immigrants in Minnesota and to try to fight for them, even if they're criminals, against the fear of a racist backlash or an anti-immigrant backlash. I think that was at the core of why this response went so poorly. And if people are stealing billions of dollars from taxpayers, if Minnesota has poor kids, American citizens, that have been there for generations, have been poor, and then some, and they can't use taxpayer dollars to go to these child care facilities, and all of a sudden the Somalians are living in mansions and sweeping up all of our tax dollars, that ain't going to work well for you, right? You got to come out against that pretty aggressively, I think. Otherwise, you start to see a big backlash. Which TV program had the best New Year's Eve event? I watched CNN. Courtney and I put on CNN. You know, the Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen New Year's Eve broadcast. It wasn't quite as fun as it normally is. I don't remember too many great moments, honestly. Now, there's lots of them. They like New Year's Rockin' Eve, the old Dick Clark one. Maybe we should have watched something else. Because personally, I didn't think it was that great. I really didn't. Bring drunk Don Lemon back? Yes. The drunker they were, the better it was. And now I think they might have ruined it. Okay, we're coming back, everybody. Here we go.
pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
Flash back to the countdowns you grew up with on Classic American Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem.
One channel with countdowns from the 70s and 80s. And another from the 90s and 2000s.
The smaller the numbers, the bigger the hits.
All commercial free. Relive the stories behind the songs with Classic American Top 40.
Keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars.
Search Casey Kasem and make these your next presets.
iHeartRadio.
Where breaking news meets broken people. This is the News Junkie.
You know how you are. We're all going to drag ass, aren't we? Like first week back, but hesitantly getting back into things. And then finally, it'll be real next week. We have a lot to get to this year. Big surprises in store. We're full of surprises over here.
We are very sheltered here. You know, we spent the last week of 2025 going, we're not really getting any work done this week. Nobody's really doing anything. And then on the way in, I'm thinking, do we now spend the first week of 2026 going, you know, it just started. First day of school. There's no homework on the first day of school. You know, we're just breezing through.
Not even in school yet. I'm like, we should be on that schedule.
The idea is just to stretch this out for the whole year.
Yeah.
We operate at about 50% for most of the year. That's the good time for us. So we got a lot for you in 2026. I'll tell you, Courtney and I, we tried watching the New Year's Eve broadcast on CNN because I didn't want to go fight with the crowds and stuff. I thought it was missing something. It wasn't quite as exciting as it normally is. I can't remember anything. Yeah, maybe they don't let them drink as much.
No, well, they still drink.
Yeah.
I think they have
I feel like there was an edible involved at some point.
I think they're getting tequila sponsors now.
Are they?
I think somebody's reaching out to old Andy Cohen and being like, hey, we really want you to have, you know, El Barro tequila on the show, please.
It was missing some magic. It was missing something for me. I don't know what it was, but there was nothing like really special. And then Andy Cohen does like that drunken rant that he does at the end of the night. And I'm like, okay, it wasn't really funny.
I just like Anderson's giggle.
Anderson Cooper is like the same role each time. Maybe it's just over. Maybe that whole thing is over and they've tried to corporatize it and sponsor it now.
It was much better when they were calling people losers.
It was wild when they were doing the things you're not supposed to do in the professional broadcasting world.
Yeah,
those
remember
were
that
fun.
was like the year that marijuana became recreational in Colorado, and they had a correspondent there who was high out of their damn mind. Every 2 seconds, live shot was a bong rip.
In the middle of a cloud of marijuana smoke.
That's
Those were
entertainment, baby.
That was loose. That was loosey-goosey. And I don't know what happened, but the magic wasn't there for me. And I didn't get a chance to watch any of the other ones. Maybe they were fun. Honestly,
I barely watched the CNN stuff this year because we had like some neighbors come over and we just ended up kind of all hanging out and just shooting the S and drinking a lot of champagne.
I ended up watching it, but it was like YouTube, what I thought was live.
Mm-hmm.
And we were 30 seconds behind the countdown. So I'm like, wait, what's your phone say? Oh, Happy New Year. I guess we'll go with that.
Did you guys catch that Chappelle dropped a new special on Netflix? I don't know if
and we watched it.
That.
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you think of that, C-Lane, the new Chappelle stand-up? Go ahead and say the full name of it if you don't mind.
No.
What does it have?
Well, on Netflix it said Dave Chappelle Unstoppable. But when I clicked play to watch it and he was coming out and doing his like, hello, everybody thing, they showed the real title of the special on the screen. And I go, oh, okay. The Unstoppable N-word is the name of this special. Okay. All right. Didn't know that was coming. What'd you think, Celia? Did you like it?
I thought it was good. He talked a lot about doing material in the Middle East and how he was part of that Saudi Arabian comedy festival that everybody was pissed at him for. Mm-hmm. He basically, when people get pissed at him for stuff like that or try to cancel him, he gives them a big middle finger. They tried to cancel him for trans jokes. He did more trans jokes. Yeah, I mean, it just there was a lot of good stuff in there.
He manages to try to like keep both sides happy, and I think this time he had probably more for people who are more left wing, maybe in some of the sections of his thing. He does that. He moves around a lot. He tries to not be like on one side or another. But I thought his bit about he lives. If you don't know this, Dave Chappelle lives in this small town in Ohio, I think.
Yes,
and he's very wealthy. Dave Chappelle is. That's not a surprise to you, but Dave Chappelle has been apparently buying up everything in the community. And he goes, they love me. They love me in this city where I live. They love me. He goes, I couldn't do any wrong. It turned out the only thing I could do wrong to make them turn on me was when I tried to buy everything in the city. And he said, so he talked about how he bought like the fire station. He said they tried to auction the fire station while he was out of town purposely so he wouldn't buy it, but he still bought it. And he goes,
isn't that the one he turned into a comedy club, I think?
Yeah. He said when white folks do this, they call it gentrification. They ain't got a name for what I'm doing right now. He's just talking about how he's purchasing everything in this town where he lives in. So the first half I thought was pretty funny, right?
What did you think about like the closing?
I thought the second half sucked. I thought it was pretty boring. I didn't think it was nearly as good to me. And it seemed like they didn't edit. There was a lot of stuff they could have edited out. But the thing that caught my attention, Celine, was no matter who you are, no matter where you're coming from, if you watch this new Dave Chappelle stand-up Unstoppable N-word, the thing you will come away with is that son of a bitch can't keep a cigarette lit to save his life.
Oh, no. I was like, there must be some kind of, like, fogger or some sort of really, like, airstream on stage. He was having trouble keeping those things lit.
Guys, every 5 seconds he's trying to light a cigarette again through the whole, it was like hour long plus. He's trying to keep his cigarette lit the whole stand-up.
He should have had like a backup, like vape. Like, you know, just kind of nod at somebody and be like, I can't keep this lit. Give him a backup vape.
Yeah.
Or someone there with a lit cigarette ready to exchange.
There was nobody to help him out. They didn't have anybody assisting him. And also,
they brought him a cocktail at some point.
They did. They left a lot of stuff in there. Like there was a security guard that left his speaker on, and he's like, "Turn that down, cowboy." And there's just like a lot of stuff that just left. Yeah, turn that down, champ. You know, I could hear your speaker. They left a lot of that stuff in there. The beginning I thought was pretty decent. The second half wasn't as good. I did like his story, which is a very interesting historical story about the black boxer that he kind of wove in
the black boxer that they got with the Mann Act.
Mm-hmm.
Which was woven back into the stuff about Diddy.
But boy, did that guy have to say, like, I don't support, I just want you to know, I'm not a supporter of Diddy. I'm not fighting, you know, every 5 seconds he had to.
When we watched it, the only part of the special that I had read about ahead of time was his comments about being at a Diddy party and Diddy asking him what he's into. And he didn't think much of it because he's like, I'm into comedy and writing movies and just doing skits and stuff. And then he was like, you know, after the fact going, he might have meant like, what am I into?
Yeah. Everything seems a little different afterwards. Mm-hmm. Anonymous emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Anonymous says, I heard you talking about the bet on Polymarket that Maduro would be removed before January 31st, 2026. If you look at the equivalent bet on Kalshi for February 28th, the yes percentage spiked from 8.5 to 12.1% less than 20 minutes after the president's go order. I'm guessing that spike wasn't a coincidence. There's just no way. I mean, there are things that are coincidences in life, and then there are things that are just like, obviously, these people have insider information. The people who bet on Maduro being nabbed in the middle of the night, they were either building the other version of his house in Kansas that was perfect to spec so they could try out all the assault plans, or they were in the White House, or they were at one of these news organizations. They you don't just do that out of nowhere. These people knew what was going on. They had inside information to bet on these things.
So I'm putting this on the Moses list because the way that the Polymarket and Kalshi operates is technically, I think they say that it's not gambling per se. Like, you're not betting on something with specific odds. It's a market, Poly market.
Yeah.
You're buying a share of whether or not something is going to happen. They have this really loophole way of doing it so that everybody can participate, even states where they don't have the same online gambling rules. That being said, can betting on sites like Polymarket or Kalshi be subject to insider trading laws? I don't
know.
If you are cheating at this.
You are. There's just like no way. Like, maybe one person got lucky, but if there's a whole bunch of people out of nowhere at the same time saying, "Oh yeah, this person's going to get captured,"
we always talk about come Super Bowl time when they do the prop bets on what color is the Gatorade going to be and how long is the national anthem going to be. There's people that can get access to that information, and it's why they limit the amount you can gamble on prop bets to like $100. But with this, these are like in real life prop bets. They're just like everyday life prop bets.
Yeah, it's why people are making big money.
And if it isn't, I mean, I thought if it was a gambling thing, that might just be up to the people making the odds. But if this is a real market, does that law pertain, like the insider trading laws that you would in the stock market, pertain to the prediction market?
That's a good question. Also, you said to me during the break, I believe, C-Lane, the online streamer who placed a bet on whether or not there would be a same-sex kiss after midnight.
Stable Ronaldo went wild after winning $300,000 by correctly predicting that a gay couple kissing would be shown on the New Year's Eve ball drop, which sounds great, $300,000, but he put up $100,000. He bet a lot of money.
Must be nice.
He only tripled his buy.
So the odds were that this was going to happen anyways, and he's just risking, like, to throw six figures at that, though, is just unhinged in a way. I want to tell you this real quick. Do we have 2 breaks left or 1? Just out of curiosity.
1.
We only have 1?
2. 1. 1.
We have one segment left.
One segment left. Okay. I teased this, so I want to play this off.
I forgot how to radio.
Same.
I
did. It's been a while. The one thing that a lot of people do over the holidays, which has led to some pretty funny outcomes, actually, is people will, when they have guests over, put on their TV some of these loops of fireplaces and stuff.
I know.
Like you see these things. And I've seen it before. There's a person who lives a couple of blocks away, and when Courtney and I walk around the neighborhood, they have a big window that they never have any blinds shut on, and they have like a 120-inch TV, some huge TV on the wall.
Come in, robbers.
They had the fireplace thing going, and it looked like their house was on fire, much like a story we've done on the show where somebody had the fire department called to their house because they had the log fire thing on the TV. And everybody does this now. There's a million versions of it. There's like on Netflix, they have a Wednesday fireplace from Addams Family. They've got themed ones and stuff.
I also like the windows where it's not necessarily like a fireplace because sometimes your TV is too high for a fire, really. But you do a window where it's like
snow,
windows of snow or a city skyline. I like all that stuff.
Well, the person who has the original OG fireplace YouTube video, it's 10 hours of a fireplace that this person recorded and put it up on YouTube. That's the only video they have on their channel. They have now made over $1 million.
You serious?
One 10-hour video of a fireplace.
When was
and
that
somebody
posted?
goes,
I don't know. It says the fireplace YouTube video, the creator of the 10-hour fireplace YouTube video has earned over $1 million on it now. It's the only upload on the Fireplace 10 Hours channel, and it has over 156 million views. And it's just like everybody probably thought he was an idiot. This moron is never going to make any money doing this.
Yep. And username, Fireplace 10 Hours. So it's easy to find.
Is there any audio to it? It's like
I think it's crackling. I can't.
Yeah.
It's on my other laptop.
Okay.
But he posted it 9 years ago.
9 years. It's just been sitting there making this guy. It's like a mini version of Mariah Carey's Christmas song for him. Just makes a little bit of money every year. Good for you, buddy. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have our winner for Rate My Blank, Rate My View. Some pretty amazing entries. We'll also do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and Today I Learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
And this one victim said, quote, "Our sweet mother, they dismembered her. They sold her shoulders, knees, and feet for profits." I don't even know how I would react, but I will say it would be poorly.
If you found out they sold her head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees and toes.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Happy Monday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, after a foggy start to our morning, we are going to be expecting some gradual clearing with increasing sunshine and honestly, some very nice temperatures as we head to this afternoon. Plan for highs to reach the mid-70s with a high of around 76 degrees today in Orlando, which is well above normal for this time of year. As we head throughout the next several days, though, plan for highs to near 80 degrees. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. I started Blindster in my garage back in 2010. Since then, we've sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters nationwide. Our blinds are DIY friendly, guaranteed to fit, and always cheaper than big box stores. Blindster.com.
Hey, if you're a little bit behind the ball on that New Year glow up, what are you waiting for? It's time to show up to 2026 sharper and more confident, and that's why I go to Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys. It's not just any barbershop, any run-of-the-mill kind of place. It's a total man care facility. Haircut, beard, hot towel with a drink in your hand, and they're waiting for you with locations across Central Florida, and they're offering a New Year reset. That's a complimentary signature upgrade on your first visit. Just mention my name, C Lane, and Real Radio 104.1. And you can book today at hammerandnailsgrooming.com. Hammer and Nails, come as you are, leave as you want to be.
The one and only Monster Jam. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks, like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Visit MorganMonsterJam.com to save 25% on ticket face value. Courtesy of Morgan & Morgan. Visit website for restrictions and details. Coming to Camping World Stadium this Saturday. Lock in your seats today at MonsterJam.com.
Eligibility and results may vary. If you're on Medicare and living in the Orlando area, getting great dental care doesn't have to be confusing or expensive. Sage Dental is here to help you understand your Medicare benefits and make your care as simple and affordable as possible. Whether you need a routine cleaning or advanced care like implants, crowns, oral surgery, or custom dentures, Sage Dental brings all your dental needs conveniently together under one roof. At Sage, we use the latest in dental innovation, including minimally invasive techniques for more comfort and faster healing. Need a crown? Sage can create same-day custom crowns right in our office. In addition to Medicare, we accept most insurance plans. No insurance? Our Sage Care Plus plan can save you up to 65% on general or specialty dental care. Sage Dental, leading with innovation centered on your care. Same-day appointments available. Call 800-218-8877. 800-218-8877. That's 800-218-8877.
When I was a kid, my dream wasn't a mansion. It wasn't a yacht. It was a 250cc Kawasaki dirt bikes.
Folks, we don't have a lot of time. We're getting out of here, but we do have many, many more shows for you in 2026. It's going to be amazing. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you follow along every day from 11 to 3 p.m. EST is when we bring you everything going on in the world viral every day. We all get to chat about it here. Let me go get Today I Learned. I'll be right back. Did I lose you? Oh, there you are. Our chatter of the day, our first chatter of the day. for 2026 is, I'm just going to pick somebody random. A chick named Woody on YouTube. Good to see you back. Good to see your name back around here. God bless you. You are our very first chatter of the day for 2026. We're squished on time. It's time to get back for the final segment. Let's wrap everything up. See you later. All right.
Easy to apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
You can depend on Florida farmers. Our farm is where we live and work. It's where we raise our families and provide for yours. When you shop for Florida-grown fruits and vegetables, look for local. Choose Fresh from Florida, the homegrown brand of Florida farmers.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's the
And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. And welcome back, everybody. It's so good to be with you. And we're going to be here every single day. If you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the show, obviously. If you've been around for a long time, we got a wild year ahead of us in 2026. Twists, turns galore, lots of exciting things happening here on the show as per usual. And now we're back in the saddle. I'm sure there's things I missed all over the place, things that we didn't do that we were supposed to do. A lot of things to work on throughout the year. But do know, if you missed it earlier, Fritz on the Street is making its triumphant return on Thursday of this week. We're also back in Rochester on WHAM. We love them. We are so happy to be back for you Rochester folks. And we've got many more secret surprises and bombshells for you as the year goes on. We just barely scratched the surface today. Let's do our final dispatches and all that good stuff in a moment. But first, we had our Rate My Blank competition for today. It was Rate My Office. Now, we don't have a lot of time. I told you to do an okay sign so that I know you're not stealing somebody else's photo. This person says, here's my office. And
that's my vote.
That's gorgeous. Is that AI? Yeah. It looks fake. It's so beautiful. There's two horses in a stall that they're working with right now.
Too.
Absolutely amazing. All right, that's a good intro. I mean, good entry. I'll keep that up. This is somebody else saying, this is my view. They're driving down I-95 right now. Be safe, please. Yeah, keep your eyes ahead of you.
Oh, is that
this is a big truck. Yeah, this is a big truck that these people are driving, I believe. And we don't have too much time, but I think I could do a couple more. They said, I named this little fella Fritz, and it's a blue crab that this person has caught. But I'm not seeing any kind of symbol that this is live in front of you right now. So you might have just taken this from your own. Probably. This person just
might even be delicious, like right now. Just
watching us here on the show. Ooh. And over on Twitch, I see. With their cat next to him, just napping. That does look like AI.
It's a fake laptop with cats on it.
That can't
Isn't
be
that
real.
awesome?
That's pretty crazy.
That's a cat bed.
It's a cat Zoom laptop. Call. Yeah, another cat. That's funny. I like that. Thank you, AJ Soup. You're the best. So many entries here. I'm going to try to do one more if I can find the most interesting one. Somebody says, this is my office view in Boca. Okay. I mean, pretty mundane, but it's your view out of your office. We asked for the view in front of you. And this one says backyard view, Sergeant Dave. Well, I mean, that's kind of a nice little shot there of this person in their backyard.
Yeah.
This person's not back to work yet, or just fully unemployed in the audience. Congratulations. This person is a winner. I will give it to Sergeant Dave. Sergeant Dave, you're the winner. Email me, please.
All right.
The horses was good. And the horses person. Who was the horses person?
Sergeant Horse.
Go back. No, I'll get it. The horses were from Damn Skippy Whippy. So Sergeant and Damn Skippy Whippy, email me, tips@thenewsjunkie.com We'll get you all set up with something for your Rate My Blank win today. Next Monday, we'll do it all over again, just like that. Let's do these stories that didn't make the cut. Well, hold on. We have to do the final dispatches first. Jeez, we're all over the place today. All right, I got to remember all these things. Let's do our final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
I got time, right? Yeah, I got time. We got plenty of time. We're sitting pretty right now. Let's do, there's so many that are entries for the contest. I want to make sure I get somebody who's actually talking about something we've been discussing here on the show.
Just get through the views, all kinds of views.
Fatty Matty is not doing a Rate My View. Let's see what Fatty Matty says.
Happy New Year's, my junkies.
Hey.
I always seem to have the worst luck while traveling, whether it's canceled flights, missed connections, delayed flights for 5-6 hours.
Oof.
Now it seems that is continuing. I'm getting ready to go to Colombia this Friday with my girlfriend who's from there, visiting her family in Bogota. And then we're going to go to Santa Marta to do some Venezuela. Anyway, I'm interested to see how this trip is going to go. Worst case scenario, I get stuck in Colombia for who knows how long because Trump is going to invade.
Oh, God. Yeah, I mean,
pretty
I know.
chill about it, to mi amigo.
The truth is, here's the absolute truth. No one knows, and there's people who are stuck right now. There's people who are in, like, the Caribbean and in South America that they canceled flights because of what happened with Maduro, and they can't get back to the United States. From like all over the eastern United States of America, there are people whose flights have not been able to get them back just yet. So absolutely that could be an issue that you see. I hope it's not, but it could be an issue that you see. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut here. And we have California is floating a tax on billionaires. Billionaires saying we'll leave the state if this happens, including bringing our businesses out of the state. It would be let me bring this up, a tax on billionaires statewide in California that would raise $100 billion from 200 people. So they're pulling from these folks. And it will be enough to, it'll be a one-time 5% tax on all of the assets of California billionaires. So everybody, the 200 plus people in the state would each have to pay a one-time 5% tax on all of their assets. Now, taxing the mega rich is always a good idea. Those are the people who can pay more money. But there should just be more tax brackets, in my opinion. You shouldn't run out of tax brackets. It should keep going and going and going and going. But anyhow, we got that and a million more things to talk about as this year rolls on. So right now, let's get the hell out of here for the first day in 2026. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, January 5th, 2026. Today I learned this lady right here.
Go, Dolly Parton.
That is right. Dolly Parton, indeed. Dolly Parton, we know her. We love her. Most people love her. If you don't love Dolly Parton, it makes me wonder about you. It does. I guess that you have probably some other issues going on, but Dolly Parton secretly co-produced Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's right.
Through her company Sand Dollar Entertainment. And as an Easter egg in the show, she and Buffy the Vampire Slayer share the same birthday, January 19th. They put that in there as a little nudge to show you that Dolly Parton was involved. Here's a weird one. Today, naked mole rats are cold-blooded. And they live in colonies like ants do, and they're highly resistant to cancer. They're the longest living rodent. Now, when I brought this, let me see if I can bring this up. Naked mole rat. They showed an old one on the Wikipedia. Oh, my God. Take a look at this. It's a naked mole rat.
That is nightmare fuel.
Fire.
It's like 40 years old, this thing. It's lived quite a long time.
How much of a moisturizer regimen, huh?
I got a problem like this. It's a naked mole rat. We had our gate. We had a gate issue. Our gate was like sagging down, and we got our gate fixed. Somebody came out and raised the gate up, and now it works perfectly on the side of the house. It's now the perfect height for like possums and stuff to come by. So I keep looking out in my backyard by the pool, and there's like possums and stuff chilling there.
And then it's not dying and melting in your garage, I'll tell you that. Nightmare.
I go run after them, and then they'll haul ass out of there. And so I don't know how to stop them.
You get yourself a terrier. I'll bring Carl by. He'll rip them apart.
Well, I was worried. I was like, if lady gets a possum, will she get sick? They can make them sick.
Find out tomorrow.
We'll see. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Here we go. Today I learned this band.
Modest Mouse.
U2 is correct indeed. Since forming in 1976, the band U2 has never changed their lineup in 40 years. Look at them go. 40 years. And it's a song for the new year. You know, you understand what's going on.
Yeah.
This is for 2020.
Pick it up when you're putting down.
All that good stuff. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place.